Big night tonight, huh, Cabana?
Really stressed. No shit punches, man, on the bump there.
Yeah, it is a big night, Punk. Tonight is the Field of Honor, and Colt Cabana is going to win his section. It is a big night.
Yeah, you know, I kind of had a feeling that that's how you felt about it, but I want to clue you in on a little something. This isn't about you. This isn't about Danny Moff. This is about something so much bigger than anything you can encompass. This is about Christopher Daniels, and this is about CM Punk. There's a big picture behind this whole Field of Honor thing with you and Danny Moff. This is about the Second City Saints and the prophecy vying for contention over who is the dominant group in Ring of Honor. So yeah, you have no choice. You have to win this. But you're not winning it for you. You're winning it for me. But you're winning it because you're a Saint. Just go out there. Just don't lose.
As long as I win, man, that's all that matters.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Elizabeth, New Jersey. We're at the Rex Plex, 1,000 people here. I'm Chris Lovey, joined as always by Ray Murrow.
And it's great to be here.
And it's November 1st, 2003. The bell has rung. We are underway. Dan Moff with the prophecy, of course, not shaking hands, breaking the code of honor. He is against Colt Cabana, the Second City Saints, and there's a lot on the line in this one.
And this is a Field of Honor match, Block B. Colt Cabana 2-0 coming into this match, and Dan Moff 1-1. And also BJ Whitmer 2-1 here. And you know what? What if Dan Moff won? We would have a tie.
If Dan Moff wins, we will indeed have a three-way tie. And there's a big chop. Moff, of course, refusing the handshake. The prophecy doesn't believe in the code of honor. But if we have a three-way tie, there will be a three-way sudden death playoff. And uh-oh, that is really just going to raise the ire of the prophecy right there. Colt Cabana forcing a handshake. The action fast and furious already. I can't believe it. And Allison Danger, she is furious at Colt Cabana forcing Dan Moff to shake hands. Colt Cabana making a mockery out of the prophecy. What about that, Ray? What the hell's going on here?
Well, Moff was really going to be infuriated after the sequence of moves there. The sequence of dance moves, I might add. And here's Moff dumping Cabana to the floor. This is not good for Colt Cabana.
Not at all, but great mind games by Colt Cabana if he gets control, as he obviously has frustrated the prophecy. He has gotten into their heads, forcing that handshake, and then I don't know what that was with the dancing with Allison Danger, and I think Moff is going to fly. Last time in Elizabeth, New Jersey, he went soaring over that guardrail. Is it going to happen again? No, Cabana cuts him off with the clothesline. But the whole point I was trying to make before, if there is a tie between Whitmer, Cabana, and Moff, if Moff manages to win this match, we will have a three-way sudden death playoff in Fairfield, Connecticut on November 28th when Ring of Honor has its first double shot weekend. But of course, Colt Cabana can take home Block B by winning this match. He can go a perfect undefeated 3-0 in Block B if he wins this one. So it's all on the line early here in Elizabeth, New Jersey.
And that would be so impressive for the Second City same member Colt Cabana if he could go 3-0. Nice 2 count there. Cabana in control here on Dan Moff.
The Field of Honor has been a focal point of ROH all fall. The man who wins it will undoubtedly have his career skyrocket to the next level as Cabana using his own momentum to take Dan Moff over the top rope. It should be mentioned that the Block A finals will also be happening in Fairfield, Connecticut on November 28th when ROH kicks off its first double shot weekend.
And Alice in danger right there, hitting Cabana. And this is an important match for Colt Cabana as well, is because he has cracked the top 5 with that nice win at Glory by Honor 2 in that 4-way. And a win will surely help him elevate in the top 5.
Was Cabana just checking his pulse?
I have no idea what this guy's up to. And
he wants a handshake again, and Moff is just going to dump him into that steel. But the Block A finals, it'll be Matt Stryker against Xavier. That's going down in Fairfield, Connecticut. And the winner of that one will take on the winner of this block, most likely at Final Battle 2003 to determine the Field of Honor champion. And there's Cabana once again into the steel.
And if you could have a 3-way tie, what a show that's going to be in Fairfield, because both blocks will be decided that night. And look at the throngs of people here in Elizabeth, New Jersey. Ring of Honor growing by leaps and bounds here in 2003. And what a year. And Cabana met by the steel again.
And it's been a breakout year for both Dan Moff and Colt Cabana. And in order to break out to the next level, they need to win that Field of Honor. And it's all on the line. If Colt Cabana goes 3-0, he could be facing an undefeated man from Block A. And we could have a battle of undefeated people in the Field of Honor finals as Moff lands on his head.
My God, Lovey, look at the angle that he hit that rail right there, right on his head. And Dan Moff, still, he could be susceptible to some injuries to that head after what happened at Stiffer Friends show on 8/16 in Fairfield, Connecticut. Moff missing some action, but has been impressive in his comeback here.
He destroyed Jimmy Rave in Baltimore. Of course, B.J. Whitmer beat him in Spencerport, New York last week, and that's how Moff ends up with the 1-1 record. Cabana defeating Jimmy Rave at Beating the Odds.
And Cabana placing the elbow right to the face of Moff. A quick 2 right there by Ref Hansen.
Cabana also defeating B.J. Whitmer in Baltimore to go to that impressive 2-0 mark. The winner of the Field of Honor, and he'll get that prestige as Moff now underneath Cabana. Uh-oh, he's got him hooked. Cabana, you nicely getting out of the hold. Comes in, Moff has him hooked. Half Nelson suplex on the head.
And Moff just dumped him. Goes for the almost count of 2 right there. Moff a little surprised. He might have thought he had the win right there.
Yep, and don't forget, Ray, last time in this very same building, the Rexplex, Death Before Dishonor, Moff gave Cabana the burning hammer and probably would have beaten him in that match. And now it's a show-stealing 4-way that also included Homicide and B.J. Whitmer. Maybe the best 4-corner survival match ever.
That's definitely got to be up there as one of my favorites.
Cabana stops him off short. He's got him hooked. He's, let's see, spinning maybe into a snap suplex. No, Moff blocks it. Moff grabbed that leg to block it, but we got a roll-up. Only a 2 count. Drop toe hold by Cabana.
Cabana going for something, but Moff reverses it.
Nice pinning combination. No, just a 2. That's how he defeated B.J. Whitmer almost. It was a similar pinning combination. Cabana going for one more.
But Moff, the heavier individual, holding that, blocking it. Cabana whips him into the corner. What's he going to go for here, Chris?
It looks like oh, he misses whatever it was. Dan Moff running out of the way, and it's cannonball time by the big man. The Prophecy's hired assassin, Dan Moff, looking good right now. And you know Chris Daniels, he'd love nothing more than for Dan Moff to go to the finals of the Field of Honor and win it for the Prophecy. Uh-oh.
What's he going for? This could be the burning hammer.
Yup, he's got him up. He's got him up. It'll be all over if he hits it. No, Cabana fights out. Cabana now.
Colt 45.
Yup, this will be all over if he hits a Colt 45. No, Moff gets out of it. Cabana now takes him up. Uh-oh, he's got him hooked.
Nice strength.
Oh, the back of the knee right to that neck of Moff. 2 count only. Ref Hansen right on top of it.
What strength there by Colt Cabana. Both these guys looking so impressive here in Elizabeth.
It's all on the line. Cabana could have a one-way ticket to the finals of the Field of Honor. Dan Moff trying to force that sudden death playoff. You know B.J. Whitmer's watching in the locker room. As Cabana now ascending to the top rope. What's he got in mind here? Beautiful moonsault, but no one home. Moff pops up. Uh-oh, Moff got him. He's got him hooked.
This could be it, Chris.
Burning hammer. Cover.
And Dan Moff is victorious.
Dan Moff goes to 2-1. Colt Cabana falls to 2-1. BJ Whitmer watching in the locker room. He's 2-1. We have a three-way tie in Block B for the Field of Honor. It's going to be set up Fairfield, Connecticut in a three-way. One fall wins the block.
Briscoes tonight, dude. Come on.
You don't need that. Come on. Dude, we're in a cage match. We're gonna get so high. We're not even worried. You shouldn't be worried either.
Let's go.
Look what we got.
We got a ring in the back with that. The tantrum. Oh. Lose those.
Come on, don't be the party pooper. Come on. Look, we should be partying. We're not gonna let this spoil our mood anyway. No, we're down here. It's a party. Come on. Wait a minute. There's always a party. Come on, dude. He said no. What I got for you. Hey, come on. Let's go party.
Ladies and gentlemen, making their way to the ring at this time, accompanied by Lollipop. Introducing first, weighing in at 220 pounds, from London, England, Nigel McGuinness. And weighing in from 200 pounds, from Queens, New York, the owner of the match, Xavier. Weighing in at 2,476 liquid ounces from Italy, we are ready for a pure wrestling tag team challenge. You see Nigel McGuinness shaking hands with Tony Mamluke and John Walters. Xavier, the former ROH champion, the all-around best, wanting no part of it. Is Xavier in the prophecy or what? I guess he is if he's not shaking hands.
That's what I was going to ask you, Chris. You know, I don't get confused that much, but I'm sort of confused about this whole Xavier issue. Is he a part of the prophecy or not? He's not wearing the prophecy colors out there, obviously, by wearing that light blue tights out there and everything, but he doesn't shake the hands, but he hasn't been with Daniels. Allison Danger's not in his corner. Lollipop's in his corner. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either. Hopefully Gary Michael Capetta can get us some answers. And look at what we just saw. Xavier was faced with John Walters. That has been a budding rivalry here in ROH, and tags out to Nigel McGuinness. So we have McGuinness in there with Walters. And basically the story behind this one is Walters frustrated that he lost to Xavier in the Field of Honor match at Glory by Honor 2 after a low blow. He then lost to Xavier after a poke in the eye in that awesome four-corner survival in Glen Burnie, Maryland. And he challenged Xavier to one more match. Xavier said, hey, I already beat you in a four-way. I already beat you in a singles match. Why don't I get a pure wrestling partner, and I'm going to beat you, John Walters, in a pure wrestling tag team match and show I'm better than you that way.
And he picked Nigel McGuinness as his partner. And let's talk about Pure the Pure. What a match he had with Chet Jablonski in Dayton, Ohio in August. This guy's just awesome in the ring, as we see right here. And I don't think he could pick a better partner than Nigel McGuinness.
Nigel McGuinness, very impressive at Wrath of the Racket, and that's why Xavier selected him. Nigel, desperate to come back to ROH because this is where everyone wants to be. I guess he lowered himself to team with Xavier to get a ticket back here.
Yeah, you know, maybe he doesn't know the whole history, the whole storyline of the locker room and Ring of Honor. I would have thought he could have picked a better partner, but I don't know. Maybe Nigel will prove himself in this match. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, he already shook hands, so he's off to a good start. Nigel's got to do what he's got to do to get back here in ROH, and he's in the ring with John Walters right now. Walters a blue chipper, and you know what? If I'm Nigel, this is a guy I want to make my reputation against on the East Coast.
And speaking of John Walters, what about last week in Spencerport, New York? What a great match between Daniels and Walter. It seemed like Daniels maybe thinks that John Walters is a prophecy material. I don't know what's going on there.
Xavier made it pretty clear that he wanted no part of John Walters in the prophecy after that match, and that almost broke into a locker room fight between Xavier and the prophecy members. So once again, the whole question of Xavier and the prophecy, who knows what's going on there. Oh, beautiful. John Walters just viciously kicking the arm of Nigel McGuinness. I really like this pure wrestling that we have here. I'd really like to see a lot more of it in 2004.
I'd have to agree with you on that one. as John Walters working on the left arm of Nigel McGuinness. And Nigel takes him over, back and forth action. And Nigel has got the upper hand here, asking Xavier. Yeah, I bet Xavier will come in now.
Oh, you're right. Jeez, you couldn't be more in the money with that. When John Walters is at a disadvantage, Xavier tags in, and now he's taking it to Walters with those chops. Walters desperately wants to even the score against Xavier. Feels Xavier has disrespected him, and you know what? Xavier has. And now what's Xavier doing? Goes up and over. Oh, Walters levels him with that clothesline.
And he almost got a 3 count there, the victory that he wanted, and Xavier quickly tags out.
Look at Xavier run.
This guy, I can't believe, after everything he's done, and he's this and Lollipop on the outside.
And why is Lollipop there, not Allison Danger?
I have no idea.
It's Glory by Honor, too, that he chose Lollipop over Allison Danger. And, well, they're both hot in my book, so I'll take either one of them.
And now Tony Mamaluke and Nigel McGuinness working here. Great to see Tony Mamaluke back as the purists are here in action. And Nigel working on that. He has an ankle lock there.
Very impressive, Nigel McGuinness so far carrying the workload for his tag team, as Xavier only tagging in when the opponents are at a disadvantage. Oh, a dragon screw. Nigel tried to block it midway through, ended up twisting his knee at a bad angle. Nigel McGuinness, he could get right on the map here in ROH if he wins this match. He could make his name here in New Jersey as he goes nice European-style wrestling right there. Nigel, of course, from Great Britain, so he is an expert when it comes to that European style.
What a tremendous escape that was. And speaking of the prophecy, what happened with Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe and Jim Cornette and the Briscoes at the end of the last match?
That's something else. That would take a whole match to talk about right there. That situation absolutely going to explode. And, well, it just did. And it's going to even get worse in the future. There was, of course, Wrath of the Racket. Samoa Joe saving Jim Cornette from an attack on the Prophecy after the Prophecy and Cornette had a falling out after losing that tag title match. And
I can't believe Cornette just used Samoa Joe like that. And he stated he wants to build champions. What would he do with a champion? He wants to make champions.
Well, I got a feeling with what's gone down between Samoa Joe and the Briscoes in the past few shows that the Briscoes maybe made a call to Jim Cornette or something happened there, because the Briscoes obviously used Jim Cornette to get some revenge on Samoa Joe.
And Mamaluke and Nigel, what a great exchanges they're having. Nigel now on top. Tony Mamaluke fighting his way out of it.
Nicely done by Mamaluke. This purist tag team has looked so impressive thus far in ROH as they look to propel more in the tag team scene. John Walters, of course, put the tag team on hold as he was in the Field of Honor, and despite going 0-2, he had very impressive matches against Matt Striker, beating the odds. And I think he would have beaten Xavier at Glory by Honor too had Xavier not hit him with a low blow. And notice once again, Xavier tags in when the opposition is at a disadvantage.
Cheap shots, that's what Xavier is all about. What a clubbing forearm right there to Mamaluke. Mamaluke's in some trouble.
And you know what? You have Nigel McGuinness in the ring. All you've seen is beautiful chain wrestling, beautiful counter holds and holds. Now Xavier comes in. You get chops, forearms, high-impact moves. I thought this was supposed to be a pure wrestling tag team match.
And Xavier lifting those knees right to the head of Mamaluke. Mamaluke looks dazed.
Mamaluke in the corner in bad shape right now. Xavier runs in. Oh, clubs him with that knee.
What a devastating maneuver there by the former ROH champion, Xavier.
And look at Walters. You can tell Walters wants that Xavier.
Walters, he wants some real bad, Chris.
Yep, he is just waiting in the corner, waiting for that tag from Tony Mamaluke. And look at this. Xavier has the hair. What's pure wrestling about that?
This guy disgusts me sometimes.
I can't believe he's a former ROH champion as you see him taunting John Walters.
I'll tell you what, though, sooner or later, John Walters is going to get a hold of Xavier.
Now Mamaluke making a comeback going after that arm of Xavier.
And if he gets a tag coming up, he will.
It looks like he's going to try to inflict more punishment on Xavier, maybe feeling that he can't get to the corner yet. Oh, Xavier fights back. Oh, there's one, a big forearm. Another one, and down goes Mamaluke. Mamaluke should have attempted the tag while he had the opportunity.
Now Xavier has Mamaluke in the ring. Whips him.
Mamaluke, though, kicks. Can Mamaluke fall? He climbs up Xavier and grabs the arm. Beautifully done.
going for a cross-arm breaker, but Xavier clasping those hands, keeping Mamaluke from getting the full force of that maneuver. Oh, right to the stomach goes Mamaluke, and now he's got the arm. Xavier's in a world of pain, but he clasps those hands one more time.
Xavier has the strength advantage right here, which is helping him out. And now he has Mamaluke hooked. And look at that. He picked him up almost by one arm.
Wow. That's why he's a former ROH champion. He doesn't need the prophecy. He doesn't need to follow this. He's great on his own, and he dumps Mamaluke hard over the top rope.
My God, I love you, Tony. Mamaluke went for a ride right there.
Mamaluke so close to the tag before.
And what was that right there? Xavier taunting John Walters once again, distracts the referee, and now he has Mamaluke on the floor.
That's just despicable by Xavier. Right now, Nigel McGuinness has to be questioning who he's hitched his wagon to as Xavier's, drives Mamaluke.
That could be a knockout blow right there. Mamaluke almost looks lifeless there on the floor after hitting the railing like that.
Mamaluke has taken a lot of punishment, and if you notice,
Xavier, he's all proud of himself.
It's ridiculous. If you notice, Xavier, he's the one dishing out most of that punishment. He has only been in this match when his opposition has had a disadvantage. What a scumbag move, and we got a cover now.
And Walters breaks it up. Plants that boot right to the back of the head of Xavier.
Ref Gary Moore sending Walters out. The tag comes into Nigel McGuinness. Let's see if we can have some teamwork here between this new duo. The whip in, Mamaluke hard into the corner.
Mamaluke is taking a lot of punishment right here. And Nigel following up.
I've been very impressed with Nigel McGuinness as he works out hold on Tony Mamaluke. The crowd getting behind Mamaluke. They want the tag. They want to see John Walters explode on Xavier. John Walters, a blue chipper, all the potential in the world. Who knows how good he can be, and he's going to get his opportunity to show as soon as Mamaluke gets that tag. But if Mamaluke doesn't get the tag soon, it might not ever happen. Mamaluke in grave danger of being pinned, and it could happen now.
Still not enough. A 2 count there. Nigel going for another, not enough.
John Walters proved how good he was against Chris Daniels just 7 days ago in Spencerport, New York. As right now, though, we got a Cobra clutch hold from Nigel McGuinness. Mamaluke, the oxygen getting cut off from his brain, he could pass out. I think he's fading, Ray.
Mike, this could be it right here.
There's one.
John Walters might have to come in and make a save here. I know that's against his repertoire, but he might just have to.
Mamaluke getting a burst of energy, drops down into a chin breaker. Nigel McGuinness down. He needs a tag to Xavier. Mamaluke desperately needs a tag to John Walters. Here comes Xavier. Here comes Walters. Walters and Xavier face to face.
And here we go, Chris. Walters firing up with some chops on the former champ right here.
Whipping him in. Up and over. Big backdrop.
And Xavier's on the defense right here. Nice drop kick. Picture perfect by John Walters.
John Walters getting some revenge right now. Can he get that elusive victory, though? Uh-oh, this could be a kiss your ex goodbye. That's what pinned him in Baltimore. No, up and over goes Walters. Walters has him hooked. Takes him up. Hurricane DDT.
And he nailed him.
Double knee to the back.
And Xavier's in some trouble. Nigel makes the save, but hits Xavier accidentally, and all 4 men are in the ring, Chris.
Ref Gary Moore losing all control in this one. Mamaluke working over Xavier. Here comes Mamaluke into the corner. Oh, Xavier cuts him off with a knee. John Walters on Nigel McGuinness. Out of the ring goes Mamaluke.
And Walters again with Xavier.
And look, Xavier's calling timeout.
Timeout, what a coward.
And here's McGuinness from behind. Oh, look at that move. Face first, what a maneuver by Nigel McGuinness. Oh, Mamaluke with a tackle, and what's Xavier?
What a cheap victory.
He just jumped on top of Walters. Oh, look, he's smiling. How is he proud of that victory?
Disgusting, Chris.
Oh, we haven't seen the last of Xavier. John Walters after this. Let's see if Xavier disrespects him again and leaves without shaking hands. If he does, that's going to be the last straw for John Walters. And look, he is.
Time after time, Xavier. Oh, that's terrible.
What a loser! Sucks to be you, doesn't it? Sucks to be you.
Chris Lovey, a handshake right there in the middle of the ring. This is a rematch from Dayton, Ohio, the Racket, between Matt Striker and Justin Credible.
What a match they had in Dayton, Ohio. It kind of broke down into a fight, into a brawl.
Yeah, they brawled all over the Montgomery County Fairgrounds there. Justin Credible busted open in that match. And we have a rematch right here in Elizabeth, New Jersey.
As there's Justin Credible with mind games on Matt Striker, but it was Matt Striker who pinned Justin Credible with that Death Valley driver. Very impressive victory for Matt Striker at Wrath of the Racket. And he's showing he's not intimidated, not fazed by the Carnage Crew member.
And Matt Striker, definitely an impressive addition to the Ring of Honor roster here in 2003. Let's see if he can keep up his winning ways here.
He's gone all the way to his block finals in the Field of Honor. It's the very next show, Fairfield, Connecticut. He'll be taking on Xavier, both men 2-0 in Block A of the Field of Honor. The winner of that one will go to the finals to face the Block B winner in that three-way sudden death playoff between Damoff, Colt Cabana, and BJ Whitmer.
I just can't believe how competitive the Field of Honor is. What a great addition to the Ring of Honor this fall here in 2003.
No doubt we're going to see a new star born at the end of this one, a new main eventer, a man who is going to see his career skyrocket in 2004. That's what the Field of Honor is all about. But right now, Matt Striker can't look past Justin Credible. Credible trying to slow things down, trying to make it methodical. It's not going to be to his advantage to go hold for hold with someone like Matt Striker. What Justin Credible needs to do is get into Striker's head, get him frustrated so that Striker makes a mistake. And you know what? It seems odd that Striker actually won that brawl at Wrath of the Racket, because you think in a brawl, in an extreme kind of match, that Justin Credible would have an advantage. And maybe that's what he wants to try to do right here in Elizabeth, New Jersey.
These two lock up here. Justin Credible definitely with the edge and experience. As Matt Striker kicks out, look at Matt Striker. Look at the conditioning he's in. This guy has been hitting the gym of late, and he looks tremendous.
Without a doubt, as you saw him pointing the finger at Justin Credible, saying, hey, your mind games aren't going to work with me. Matt Striker, you don't go 2-0 in the Field of Honor. You don't go to that final match in your block without being mentally tough, without being physically tough. And that's exactly what Matt Striker is, as this has been his year. I mean, he had that great Pure Wrestling series against Chad Collier. Beautiful reversal there against Justin. And what a series that was against Collier.
Tremendous matches right there.
I mean, you saw it, Expect the Unexpected, Revenge on the Prophecy, and Wrestle Rave. Each time a great Pure Wrestling match. And don't forget that Tom Carter match at Do or Die, another great one.
I mean, that was definitely a sleeper match of the year in my eyes. As Justin Credible trying to grab the hair, Striker right there, takes it down, goes for a quick cover.
Nice bridge out into a La Magistrelle for a 2 count. And Striker definitely has Justin Credible frustrated. Credible, of course, there's been no one more miserable over the last 2 years or so, more kicked around, more beat up on than Justin Credible, and that makes him perfect for the miserable Carnage Crew with Loken DeVito there. I mean, those guys are just working class, angry, blue-collar guys, and Justin Credible fits right in. But Justin Credible trying to get his career reborn here in ROH. He had that impressive debut, and the building went nuts for that surprise appearance on 6/14 at Night of the Grudges, and since then he's been impressive in matches, but he needs to get that big victory here. Striker cinching in the arm. Of course, Striker, you also have to think about the top 5 rankings in this one.
That's right, Striker was a part of the top 5 rankings earlier, but we could go through it. Of course, the number one contenders trophy is vacant right at this time, but Homicide number 2, Xavier number 3, number 4 is AJ Styles, and 5 is Colt Cabana. And Matt Striker would definitely like to get back in that top 5.
He's been a fixture in the top 5, and of course, it's just prestigious to be mentioned in that top 5 as look at Credible gets crushed.
Painful maneuver there from Justin Credible as Matt Striker's just helping him off the ropes there, Chris.
Oh, that's insult to injury, please.
And there Credible, pissed off, dumps Striker to the floor.
Yep, drop toe holds him through the ropes. Justin Credible, a former world champion, so desperate to get in that top 5 to show that he still has it after that 2 years of abuse that he took. Matt Striker wants to get back into the top 5. He lost his spot when he was pinned in that awesome 4-corner survival at Glory by Honor 2. And you know what? I mean, when you look at the talent roster here at ROH, just to say that you're among the top 5 on that talent roster, that's an accomplishment right there. Right now, Justin Credible taking it to his domain, the floor, using brawling tactics against a technical wizard, Matt Striker.
And Striker's in a lot of trouble. Bode well for him to get in that ring as soon as possible. Remember, no countouts here in Ring of Honor. Referee discretion. And Just Incredible showing the fans what he thinks of him.
And he has a control over Matt Striker right now, tossing Striker back into the ring. I really hope Striker's not looking past this match, thinking about the fact that he has Xavier in this Block A Field of Honor Finals in just a little under a month.
That's right, Matt Striker definitely, he's on the defense right here. He needs to turn it around in this match. And Justin working him over in the corner with boots right there. To the stomach, to the chest. And now he's choking him, Chris.
Just Incredible getting aggressive, trying to counteract that scientific wrestling of Matt Striker with brawling tactics. Of course, Just Incredible wants to soften Matt Striker up enough so that he can hit that That's Incredible pile driver. That'll be it. Meanwhile, Matt Striker, he could use either the Death Valley driver again or the Striker lock, that leg submission cover.
Still not enough there by Justin. He's got to work him over a little bit more. Matt Striker is not easily beaten.
Ref Hansen making it clear it's a 2 count. Right now, though, Just Incredible has Striker hooked. Picks him up, textbook vertical suplex, and he holds on. We've seen him do this before. There's number 2. Could he go for a third, Ray?
If he does, nice strike here by Justin. And he drops down Matt Striker. Nicely executed.
That'll definitely soften you up for That's Incredible. We got a cover. Not enough.
Just Incredible methodically breaking down Matt Striker right here. Slowing it down right here with the chin lock.
You know, I still can't believe what we saw earlier with Jim Cornette. I mean, I thought him and Samoa Joe were together. I thought Cornette was managing Samoa Joe after what happened at Wrath of the Racket. And then for Cornette to go off with the Briscoes. I'm sorry to break away from this match, but I just can't get that off of my mind.
Well, I guess if you look back in history, we know the ways of Jim Cornette, and he just proved it right again.
Well, Cornette's going to go to where he can make the most money, and while the Briscoes, I mean, who has a brighter future than those two? I mean, talk about blue chip can't miss superstars.
And what a match we have coming up next. The Briscoes going for the titles against Special K, and I guess it looks like Jim Cornette's going to be in their corner.
Wow, I didn't even realize that, Ray. You're right, Jim Cornette is going to be managing the Briscoes as they go for the tag team titles.
That's definitely going to put Special K at a disadvantage, even though they might have 50 people at ringside. I'd probably rather take one Jim Cornette and one Racket over 50 Special K members.
Well, I'm sure Jim Cornette's smarter than all those members combined. As right now, Striker out of the chin lock. He's got Justin, slingshots him into the corner.
And this could be the move that Matt Striker was looking for.
Matt Striker showing Justin he can brawl too as he tosses Justin crotch first into that ring post. Ouch!
That's going to hurt Just Incredible right there. And that took a lot out of him. And Matt Striker looks like he's firing up here.
Matt Striker getting that second win. Just Incredible blocked. Striker unleashing those big fists. Incredible whipped into the ropes. Back elbow. Clothesline.
Just Incredible reeling right here. But no, we have a reversal. And he's got him in. Nice move right there by Striker. Following it up. Incredible ducks. And a nice power slam. This could be it, Chris. No, not enough.
Matt Striker looking absolutely awesome. Just Incredible in trouble. Striker now.
Going for the K-Brada, but no. Incredible lifts up his knees. And a nice super kick. Connected right to the head. This could be it. No, Striker kicks out.
Wow, what effort by Striker. What heart by Striker. That super kick has pinned people before. Just Incredible. He's got to hit That's Incredible soon if he has any chance of winning this match.
What heart here by Matt Striker to kick out of that. And now Just Incredible going to the top rope. This could be out of his league, Chris. I don't know.
Just Incredible going high risk. Nice cross body, but a roll through.
Oh, no, I thought that was it. He reversed the body press. Both men pop up. Striker has him up.
Death Valley driver.
He hits it.
He's going to go 2-0 versus Incredible.
No.
How did Justin do it? How did Justin kick out? Striker can't believe it. That is what pinned Justin at Wrath of the Racket. And he just kicked out. I'm in shock.
I might be more surprised than Striker. I can't believe it. Justin kicked out of that move. Nice European uppercut. Striker has to follow up here on Just Incredible. He reverses it. Oh no, Chris.
This is it. He has him hooked.
That's incredible. This could be the move. He drops him.
Cover, it's all over.
What?
I can't believe it. Now Matt Striker just kicked out of that. That's incredible.
Can't believe what we're seeing here in Elizabeth.
What's it going to take for one of these men to lose? They're both showing so much heart, so much determination right now. Just incredible. He's trying to get in the mind of Matt Striker, trying to play mind games. He's got to be frustrated. Big boot by Striker, though. And Striker's fired up. He's getting his third win.
This could be the ankle lock, Chris. He's got it.
It's a Striker lock. Striker lock. Can Justin get the ropes? And the former ECW champion just tapped. Matt Striker, what a victory. He is going to the Block A Field of Honor Finals versus Xavier. You know what disgusts me?
What's that?
That Izzy and Dixie are Special K are your tag team champions.
Well, that disgusts me as well, and I think that disgusts the Briscoe and James E. Cornette. As the Briscoes are tearing up Special K as we're starting hot and heavy in this ROH Tag Team title match.
Special K, they have no respect for anything, including the Code of Honor, refusing to shake hands. What a bunch of scumbag, little snot, rich kids. I can't even get the words out. They disgust me so much. And to think they're the ROH Tag Team champions, and look at that beautiful moonsault drop kick by Izzy. If these kids got some respect and got clean, there's no telling how good they can be.
You know what I heard they were doing off the belts in Spence Report? You don't even want to know. I'm not even going to tell you what they were doing with the title belts in the locker room there. They could have got locked up for what they were doing. That just disgusts me. And Izzy almost with a 3 count right there. What the hell is he doing in the ring as well?
Well, that was a beautiful move by Mark Briscoe. Of course, you have Jim Cornette now in the corner of the Briscoes. We got to have more on that later from Gary Michael Capetta. Oh, and there's a punch by Izzy. And a monkey flip. He monkey flips one Briscoe into the other. Special K frustrating the Briscoes early. And Izzy and Dixie, Jay's just taking it to him now. The Briscoes aren't going to take it.
Jay looks pretty pissed off there by that forearm.
Well, Izzy and Dixie did seem pretty concerned in the locker room before this match, and they have good reason to be. The Briscoes are angry. Of course, it was Izzy and Dixie who defeated the Briscoes at Glory by Honor in that tag team gauntlet, but the Briscoes had already won a couple of matches, and they only lost because Angel Dust hit that blockbuster surprise one of the Briscoes, and that resulted in the pinfall. That's why we have a rematch right here, because the Briscoes only lost that match because of outside interference, so they deserve a rematch. As Izzy whipped into the ropes. He catches that boot. Jay now catches a boot of Izzy. Up and over, and enziguri by Izzy. He's looking good so far. The tag goes into Dixie. Ducks Dixie unloading those right hands. Reversal by Jay. Hits a boot. Izzy stunned. I can't believe you have now the mastermind of Jim Cornette leading the Briscoes of unlimited potential. This is going to be some combination. Special K definitely, they're going to have to be on top of their game to retain those titles that they won just 2 weeks ago in Baltimore. And look at that. Mark Briscoe interfering.
Briscoe's definitely looking.
I guess that's a touch
here.
of Jim Cornette right there.
I think so, and I'd have to say that Izzy and Dixie, even though they're the champs, they could be at a disadvantage with the Jim Cornette factor. And look at that.
Blind tag in by Mark and a leg lariat.
And the Briscoes are looking like a different team here. And what a beautiful knee off the top rope.
The Briscoes are working like a well-oiled machine right now. Mark with the cover.
How can they not with a ring general like Cornette on the outside?
Well, you figure the Briscoes, they came so close to winning those tag team titles in perhaps the greatest tag team series Ring of Honor has ever seen against AJ Styles and Amazing Red. 3 awesome matches there. Night of Champions, Death Before Dishonor, Epic Encounter. I mean, those are just unbelievable must-see tag team matches. They fell just close, so maybe Jim Cornette's that missing ingredient that they need.
That could be. And the Briscoes are already 0-1 in ROH tag team title matches in this building here in Elizabeth. Let's see if they could change their losing ways right here as they're double teaming Dixie in the corner.
Jim Cornette, no stranger to tag title gold. How many titles did he lead the Midnight Express to?
Countless.
As there's beautiful double team work by the Briscoes. Big double boot to the face of Dixie. That'll stop you in a hurry. So you see Hydro.
He's concerned.
Well, he should be more worried about that scramble cage later on tonight.
And so that could be the end of Special K when they're inside the steel cage, Chris.
With platforms on the top of it. I can't wait to see that. Talking about high-flying wrestling. Right now, though, we need to get focused. The Briscoes, they have been in that war with Samoa Joe. Of course, Jay Briscoe winning that 4-corner survival. Great match it was at beating the odds, and he beat the odds to win that match, earn that title shot. Samoa Joe tried to embarrass him by giving him he was embarrassed basically because he was in that 4-corner survival beating the odds. He feels he should have won it, so Samoa Joe wanted to give him a beating in Baltimore in the title match on 10/16, and he did that, but Jay Briscoe hung tough. He took everything and dished it out and almost won the title, and afterwards Joe choked out Mark Briscoe. So there's a lot of heat between the Briscoes and Samoa Joe, and it's even, oh, look at that, a tag, but the ref didn't see it as Mark came in to distract him, and that's Jim Cornette right there. That's got Jim Cornette fingerprints all over.
Absolutely, and the Briscoes working over Dixie right there.
But going back, the war between the Briscoes and Samoa Joe has only escalated after what we saw earlier tonight.
Cornette, though, he's got a... If I was Cornette, he's almost a marked man in only his second appearance here in Ring of Honor. He's got the Prophecy against him. He's got Samoa Joe against him. That's a bunch of people I wouldn't want against me, Chris.
Jim Cornette right in the thick of things, and he has the Briscoes doing his bidding for him, as there is a nice suplex by Mark for a 2 count. Dixie needs that tag.
Dixie desperately needs a tag right here as the ROH champions are not looking like champions right here. As Mark Briscoe, he hooks him. What's he going for? Picks him up, let him think about it, and drops him down.
Nicely done by Mark. There is no telling how good these Briscoes will be. Future champions, without a doubt. Maybe tonight, maybe in the future. As look at Cornette mocking Dixie. Dixie desperately needs that tag right now. And you know what? I've just been informed by our producer already in my earpiece that the tag team champions, it's right now in Special K, they're going to have their toughest tests on the double shot weekend, which are the next 2 ROH shows on Thanksgiving weekend. So it'll be interesting to see what happens there. Right now, I think that you could kind of say that the tag titles are a little cursed because, I mean, the Backseat Boys, everyone thought they were going to have such a long reign, and Special K cheated to score that upset, and then once again, Special K with a cheap victory over the Carnage Crew just last week in Spencerport, despite both being busted open. And look at that miscommunication by the Briscoes.
This could be the break that Dixie needs. He desperately needs that tag, Chris.
Oh, he's so dazed, he's rolling to the wrong corner, though. He is in the wrong corner, and Dixie does not know where he is. Maybe if he wasn't doing the gimmicks in the locker room, he'd know. As here come the Briscoes. No, he rolls through. The tag into Izzy. Here comes Izzy. He's taking it to both Briscoes, Ricky Morton style. One after the other. Drop kick.
And another drop kick. Izzy, a house of fire here.
Dixie dives to the floor.
Nice high-flying maneuver there by Dixie.
And what's Mark doing? Mark sees the pile of bodies on the floor. Here comes Izzy. He jumps up onto the second rope. Oh, jumps off. Beautiful kick on Mark.
What a nice maneuver there by Izzy.
to the floor. Special K is just so good. If only they could get serious. And there you see some slutted ringside lit, Angel Dust, Elax, making a mockery of everything. They are checking on their partners that are down right now, probably just seeing if they're okay for the rave. You can't tell me these kids really respect or care about the tag titles. And what's Mark doing?
What a beautiful shooting star press to the floor there by Mark Briscoe. And wow, did you see the collision into the rail right there?
I think that Mark took out his brother, though. He missed all of Special K. Big mistake right there by the Briscoes. That could cost them the tag titles. That could be the break that Special K is looking for. And of course, you always have to watch out for outside interference from Special K as they are climbing up to the top. What do they have in mind? No, there's Mark. Mark cutting off Dixie. Jay cutting off Izzy. Mark springboards in with an ace crusher.
Wow, beautifully executed there.
And they have Izzy up.
Oh no.
Springboard Doomsday devices pinned down to Marcos. They're going by honor. Oh, Izzy ducks. Reverse Hurricanrana on Jay.
Nice anticipation there by Izzy. And what's he following up with, Chris?
Oh, did you see the momentum he had going into that slice bread number 2? He didn't even need to climb the ropes like Spanky did. Cover.
Oh no, broken up there. He would have had him, Chris. Izzy and Dixie would have been successful in their tag match right here.
I think you're 100% right about that. Izzy, very impressive. He had so much momentum on that slice bread number 2, but right now he's at the mercy of both Briscoes. And what's this? What are they setting up for?
This cannot bode well for Izzy as Jay is scaling to the top rope.
Hold on, I saw this in the 80s. This is one out of the Midnight Express playbook. The Vegematic.
Devastating.
Oh, I thought we had new champions.
I can't believe it, Chris. He kicked out.
Izzy just getting his shoulder off the mat.
The Vegematic, it slices and dices, and Izzy's in a whole hell of a lot of trouble.
Paul Turner right on top of it to make the count. He knew what was going on. Good call by Turner. There's the Doomsday device.
That's it. That's gotta be it.
Mark dives to the floor, takes out Special K. Jay Driller.
And we have new tag team champions.
Jay and Mark Briscoe finally get the belts around their waist as led by Jim Cornette. Oh, what a faction we have here in ROH, and they've only just begun.
Spirit match now. Homicide, BJ Whitmer
Ref Gary Moore calling for the bell. This one's going to be intense. This one's going to be hard-hitting. This one's going to be athletic. This is going to be competitive. It's fighting spirit. Both men are going to be tested in this one.
And the rules of this match are you can win by pinfall, submission, knockout, but also in this match something a little different. There's going to be a 20 count on the outside, kind of like in Japan with the 20 count. Here in Ring of Honor, there are no countouts. There's no count on the floor, but right here, if you're knocked out, you're on the floor for a 20 count. That's it. So you can win on a count out here in this fighting spirit showdown.
You know, I'm not a big fan of countouts. I mean, if you heard, you know that, but let's give it a shot. Let's see how it works out in this kind of environment. Maybe if you don't have it in every match, it can be effective. And we're going to find out right here as Homicide right now controlling BJ Whitmer. Homicide in the t-shirt, Whitmer in the white trunks.
And I think that's something special that we're having here for this event here, this fighting spirit match. And after these two combatants here in this building in Elizabeth last July, what a main event match that was, that four-corner survival match. Homicide actually busting the nose of BJ Whitmer. He broke his nose. They were hitting so hard in that matchup, and these two guys wanted to hook it up here back at this building in Elizabeth, and what a showdown we're going to have here.
BJ Whitmer is looking for his receipt. He's not going to take a broken nose lying down. He's going to want to dish it right back to Homicide, but at the same time, these two men respect each other. As Julius Smokes in the corner of Homicide, and he's always there leading on Homicide. And notice that once Julius Smokes got into the corner of Homicide, that basically Homicide just took off, stealing the show on one show after another, whether it was Round Robin Challenge 2 against CM Punk, whether it was Do or Die against Samoa Joe. I mean, whether it was that Bitter Friends, Skip for Enemies match against Steve Corino, that bloodbath match of the year candidate. What about that was?
And the matches have been so tremendous. But also Homicide, he also has this connection with the fans. Unlike almost any other wrestler here in Ring of Honor, the fans are so behind the notorious 187 as he has just taken off in 2003 here in Ring of Honor.
Homicide is so skilled, so versatile. I mean, how can you not respect the man, especially after what he's done in 2003? It's really been his year. He's really broken out to a new level. I mean, you're talking about that Trent Acid match, the fight with that Honored Wrestle Rave, and then the one of beating the odds. I mean, find me two better matches than those.
I can't name any. And this guy, he's such a well-rounded product. I mean, he can high fly. He can wrestle like technical, strong style. He could brawl. He could do it all. This guy is just so dangerous in the ring. And what a showdown this is going to be, because BJ Whitmer, he's almost kind of like Homicide. He could do so many things well.
Whitmer's, I mean, he's had quite a year in 2003 too, but right now, Homicide is just owning him, going right back to that headlock again. Whitmer has been unable to escape that headlock so far.
That country boy.
Words of encouragement from Smokes. As Homicide still working that headlock.
And this is still a tremendous match for Homicide. He's number 2 in the rankings. And tonight we're going to have a number 1 contenders trophy match between Bryan Danielson and AJ Styles. So that trophy, somebody will hold that trophy at the end of this evening. But Homicide, he's number 2. And if he wants to hold that number 2 position, he needs to be victorious here in Elizabeth.
Well, he is coming off a huge victory last week in Spencerport when he defeated... Oh, hold on! Look at that! Dropped right on his head. Whitmer finally getting out of that headlock. And it took Whitmer to be more aggressive to get out of that headlock with that big back suplex as Homicide goes to the floor.
Homicide to the floor. And here comes Whitmer.
Whoa, like a jumbo jet right into Homicide with that tope.
That nice tope connected on Homicide right there.
But as I was mentioning before, Homicide, he had probably maybe the biggest victory of his life last week in Spencerport when he defeated Samoa Joe, the ROH World Champion, in that no-holds-barred match. And what a brutal match that was. If you saw the Do or Die match, you got to see that one from Spencerport, because it was more brutal than Do or Die. But BJ Whitmer, he's on a roll as he hits that high knee to Homicide, getting more aggressive with that back suplex to tope, and now the knee for a 2 count.
Whitmer in control right here on the notorious 187. As he's got to be shaken after that backdrop driver. He landed right on his head. Whitmer in control here, whips Homicide in, and another high knee right to the head.
Windmill suplex by Whitmer, and a cover.
Nicely done, hooking the leg, but still not enough.
BJ Whitmer, he is so close to being a main event superstar here in ROH after the year he's had in 2003, and he could realize that main event status if he wins the Field of Honor. And hold on, what's Whitmer doing? Is this Homicide's own move? Those were knees just like Homicide does.
Oh, and a vicious knee strike right there.
Ray, that was a page right out of Homicide's playbook.
I guess everything's fair in love and war in this one, as this is a fighting spirit match, and that might have pissed off Homicide as he's firing back with chops and fists right to the head of Whitmer.
I think you're right about that. Homicide is pissed off, and he's getting that adrenaline rush from that anger, and he's taking it to BJ Whitmer right now.
And he follows through with another devastating forearm. And now Whitmer could be on the receiving end of this.
Whitmer's in a bad spot right now.
Hey, yo.
Homicide just measuring him.
Here we go.
Those ropes. Big running knee by Homicide. That could break BJ Whitmer's nose one more time.
And the fans calling for one more time. Unfortunately for Whitmer, that could be happening, but I don't know. Homicide picking him up.
Whitmer, what's Homicide going to do? He is bringing Whitmer into the other corner, chopping him. Fist right to the face of BJ Whitmer. A headbutt.
Devastating headbutt right there.
And here comes Homicide. Oh, another big knee.
A second time as Homicide listens to the fans here in Elizabeth. And unfortunately for Whitmer, he might be out.
Well, BJ Whitmer is as tough as they come. He is like a horse in that ring. He just keeps working and working and working. Nothing will stop him, despite what CM Punk says. And you know it's going to take a lot more than that to defeat BJ Whitmer. I mean, you saw what the abuse he took at Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe was lucky to come out of Dayton at Wrath of the Racket with that ROH title. Oh, low blow by Homicide.
And a nice kick right there, and Whitmer goes to the floor.
Whitmer definitely needs a breather. He definitely needs to collect his thoughts. But Homicide's not going to give him a chance. Tope con hilo. No one does it better than the notorious 187.
And the fans are rising to their feet here in Elizabeth as these guys are going all out in this contest.
Homicide, he has to be riding a high after that victory over ROH World Champion Samoa Joe last week. I mean, he did use a noose because it's no holds barred, but a victory is a victory. But, you know, he also has to be feeling the effects of that match. I mean, now it's just, those two guys just kicked each other's ass in that one.
I mean, let's look over the last 2 weeks. That incredible four-corner survival match in Glen Burnie and that match last week at Spencerport. A lot has been taken out on Homicide.
And look at Whitmer, though. Whitmer has Homicide hooked. Oh, both men from the top rope with a superplex.
Wow, he was standing on the top rope. What elevation there.
Well, you want to talk about beatings. You want to talk about guys who are still sore. What about BJ Whitmer? He scored that huge victory over Dan Moff last week. But, I mean, they just beat the crap out of each other in that one, too. So, you know, Whitmer still has to be sore.
And Whitmer looks like he's hooking him up. Maybe going for a submission here.
He's got him. He's trying to get him over. Yes, into a surfboard. He's just stretching Homicide right now. That tears at the shoulders, at the joints. Oh, look at that.
He's rolling with it, Chris. Adding extra punishment.
That's just painful to look at.
My God, Lovey.
We got a cover.
Only a 2 count there, but how much was taken out of Homicide? Woo!
Boy, Whitmer, he is definitely not looking past this match ahead to that 3-way sudden death playoff that he's faced with in Fairfield on 11/28. These two go on tooth and nail against each other. Into the ropes, a duck under. Beautiful release over the top, belly to belly by Homicide. Cover.
A nice throw there by Homicide, but only getting him a 2 count. These guys are going back and forth. What a tremendous match we're having.
Homicide embedded in that war against Steve Carino. It resulted in a riot in New York City where we saw Julius Mokes, I guess, make his debut. It continued. Bitter friends, death for enemies. That bloodbath match of the year that no one will ever forget. But Homicide right now, he is faced with BJ Whitmer. He is faced with a man that wants to avenge a broken nose. And Homicide, he could take it to BJ. He could end this match if he hits his move right now.
And both men are on the top rope. What a devastating maneuver there. And Homicide going for the cover. Look at the leg, but not enough.
Ref Gary Moore right on top of things with a 2 count. Homicide now planning a strategy, trying to measure his next move, and it's an STF.
He's got him hooked in the middle of the ring.
This might not get a tap at this point, but it is definitely going to wear down at BJ Whitmer, although Homicide has made many men tap to this in the past.
Whitmer in trouble here. He needs to get to the rope, and Homicide pulling on the hair.
Well, you know what? Whitmer's fighting spirit is definitely going to be tested right here as Whitmer escapes the hold.
Homicide looking for a tap there, but he didn't get it.
He seems a little surprised he didn't get it.
Homicide, he better follow up with something. He has Whitmer hooked and dumps him on his head.
Oh, look at Whitmer. He's getting the adrenaline rush. He's taking enough. Oh, did you see that headbutt, Ray?
My God, what impact!
Oh, my God. That headbutt was unbelievable. That reminded me of that slap on Steve Corino at Bitter Friends, Stiffer Enemies, and that cost Corino his hearing in that ear.
Oh, hauls up with a strike right to the head.
I see a trickle of blood on Homicide's forehead. I think he busted himself open with that headbutt. Did you hear the impact of that kick?
And Whitmer's busted open. Right above the eye, Chris. What impact.
Oh, those kicks are unbelievable. Do you hear that? Can you hear that?
This is Shades of Connecticut.
He's telling Gary Moore to count Whitmer out.
2. No stopping for 3.
It's at a 3. Whitmer might be knocked out. He could be out. Those kicks were vicious. They busted him open.
Both guys busted open just like that.
Oh my God, that impact is unbelievable.
Whitmer, he could be knocked out.
I think he is. I mean, look at that cut. Look at that cut over the eye. I mean, Homicide headbutted the man so hard that Homicide busted open his own forehead.
This is definitely shades of Homicide and Corino here. This is breaking down in this fighting spirit showdown. Whitmer, look at him. The ropes are holding him up. He's knocked out, Chris.
I think you're right. Homicide, he's so dangerous. I mean, he caught Steve Corino hearing in one of his ears with a slap. And now he's trying to knock out BJ Whitmer. I mean, he broke Whitmer's nose. Now he's trying to do worse. Oh, and Whitmer dumps him into the corner with a German suplex.
And Whitmer pops up. Where's this coming from?
They're running on adrenaline right now. Whitmer with a German and holds on. Whitmer has him hooked. The dragon suplex. Yes! This could be it.
No, he falls through, Chris.
Beautifully done by Whitmer. He takes Homicide up. Drives him through the mat with a powerbomb.
No! Thunderfire powerbomb. He couldn't get him there.
You want to talk about fighting spirit? Both men are showing it right now. I can't believe Homicide kicked out. I can't believe BJ Whitmer's even conscious. As Whitmer now ascending to the top rope. This could be it if he connects. The match could end right here.
Diving headbutt. I don't know if that's the smartest maneuver to do, Chris. He might be knocked out.
Whitmer definitely phased as he's down. He is not springing up to his feet like he was. Maybe that adrenaline wearing off. But Homicide, he had to roll to the floor. He had to get out of the ring. Homicide's in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, he's busted open right there, Chris, from that headbutt.
And what's Whitmer doing? Ray, that jumbo jet just crashed and burned.
My God, Lovey, I don't think he has all his bearings to be doing a move like that. That was not necessary. That tope right there.
The man just crashed and burned. There is no way he's going to get back into the ring.
And the referee out checking him. Julius Smokes there. The Devil's son-in-law ringside. Oh, Whitmer does not look good at all, Chris.
Look at that cut over the eye of Whitmer. And now Homicide dragging Whitmer into the ring, probably to finish him off. There is no way Whitmer can survive this. I mean, Whitmer is tough. He kicked. He kicked.
Where is he getting this from? I can't believe it.
How did he kick out of that?
Why did he kick out of that? I guess the fighting spirit is coming through at BJ Whitmer. Most wrestlers would have probably taken the fall right there after all this punishment, Chris. I gotta believe.
If I'm Whitmer, I want to think about going to the locker room and getting the cobwebs out of my head. This crowd, look at them. They are absolutely glued to the ring at this brutality that they're witnessing. Homicide trying to scoop Whitmer up, perhaps for a power driver. No, Whitmer fights back and saves himself.
He backdrops Homicide and follows through with a big forearm and another. That rocks Homicide.
Homicide looks frustrated though. Homicide now. Oh, no! Top killer dangerous!
That's it. And Homicide, he knows that that's it. Look at him.
It's all about the 1, 2, 3 now, and it's over. What? Oh my God, BJ Whitmer, he just kicked out of the Kudo driver. He is the first man to ever kick out of that move. I cannot believe it.
Homicide can't believe it. J-Train can't believe it. These people can't believe it. And Whitmer, he rolled out to the floor. Is he even alive?
I think he's hurt. I'm looking at him right now. I think he's hurt. Yeah, you see, Julius Smoke's telling him to step it up, but I don't think Whitmer's in any shape to compete. The refs emptying the locker room to check on Whitmer.
Oh, yeah, he's in bad shape. The referees are down there.
You know what? Whitmer kicked out of that hold based on fighting spirit alone. That was all heart. That was all courage and determination. And most importantly, it was all instinct. But did you notice Homicide paused before he made the cover? Maybe it was that pause that allowed Whitmer to get his bearings enough to use his instinct to kick out of the hold. But there you see the doctor looking at Whitmer.
And wait a second, Gary Moyer, he's counting. This is a fighting spirit rules. We have a 20 count. There's no way Whitmer's going to get up.
No, Whitmer's going to get counted out here. This is going to be the first count-out defeat in Ring of Honor history.
Well, what a showdown. What a contest.
What a match we just witnessed. A classic.
Incredible. This is a great victory here for Homicide.
And a great effort by BJ Whitmer. Their fans clapping, showing their respect for both men. And they deserve it after this match. They did this for their love of the business. And, hold on. No, Whitmer's not even thinking about it, is he? No. Look,
Whitmer's trying to break the count.
With the ref, he just counted 18, and Whitmer rolls in.
Chris, I think Gary Moyer might have to stop this match.
Now the crowd showing their appreciation for Whitmer when he rolled in, but Whitmer might be shortening his career right now.
Look at him, he's grasping his ribs, his inside. There could be internal damage done right there.
I think right now Homicide just needs to cover the man. Homicide looks confused. He looks like he's been thrown off his game.
What possibly could he do?
He really just needs to cover the man. I don't see Whitmer kicking out. Whitmer probably used his last energy to get in the ring, and here it is. Oh my God, he kicked out again. How's he doing this? Whitmer running on instinct alone.
And Homicide, he doesn't know what to do right here.
This crowd at the Rexplex in shock. And now Whitmer fighting back. Those elbows don't have behind it what they normally do. But Whitmer struggling. Oh no,
Come on.
He's gonna break the man's neck. Oh, Whitmer lands on his feet. Desperation super kick connects. Homicide down. Whitmer groggy. Homicide trying to get that adrenaline rush again. And hold on. Whitmer could be going for that wrist clutch exploder. He kicks the hand off the rope.
Brady's got it, Chris.
He's got the wrist tucked. Wrist clutch exploder. This pinned him off last week. Covered.
No! I don't think I've ever seen a contest quite like this, Chris.
You want to talk about fighting spirit? What about Homicide kicking out of that wrist clutch exploder? But Homicide in trouble. Whitmer could be one move away, but I don't know if Whitmer has the gas in the tank to hit that one move. As look at Whitmer struggling to get to his feet. Whitmer with that cut above the eye. Homicide knocked down. Homicide busting himself open with a headbutt. Unbelievable. There's a reversal, though. Both men, look how slow they're moving. They are so groggy. They are so tired. It's about fighting spirit right now.
And Homicide going to the top with Whitmer. Ace crusher for the second rope. And there goes the elbow pad, Chris.
What a lariat! Cover!
And that's it, thankfully. Homicide is victorious in this fighting spirit showdown.
When you talk about brutal matches in ROH history, this one is going to no doubt go into the record books. I just hope both men are okay. You want to talk about main event quality matches? This is it. This match going to headline any ROH show. And you want to talk about why both these men did this to each other, they did it because they loved this business. They wanted to show their fighting spirit. And most importantly, there's nothing they love more than competing in the confines of a professional wrestling match.
It's Gary Michael Capetta. It's intermission time. Another huge Ring of Honor show. I can't believe what we saw in the first half. We have new tag team champions, the Briscoe brothers. But the way it happened and the way Cornette turned his back on this man, I don't think I'll ever forget it. Joe, I've known Cornette for a lot of years. The guy's a weasel, there's no doubt about it. And tonight, you saw firsthand... Shh. Okay, champ.
Gary, I have 3 of the best in the world coming after my belt tonight. I have other things to worry about. But if it's that important to you to see what I think about Cornette and how I'm going to handle this situation, I'll tell you what. You come back and see me at the end of the night.
Okay, champ, look, and no...
End of the night.
All right, fans. You heard him. I didn't mean to break his concentration. He's got that huge match coming up. Great action coming up in Elizabeth. Don't go away, everybody. Let's see what's coming up with Samoa Joe and Cornette at the end of tonight.
time for the first ever scramble cage match. This is going to be high-flying wrestling unlike anything you've ever seen before. We have Teddy Hart and Jack Evans from Calgary in there against the Backseat Boys of Trent Ass and Johnny Cashmere, the former ROH Tag Team Champions. They have the handshake, and we're underway with Johnny Cashmere taking off Evans' head. And here's Teddy Hart and Trent Acid going at it.
And this match starting out hot and heavy here. We have 5 teams, and the other teams will be coming in 2-minute intervals. Also in this match are the Carnage Crew, the SAT, and Special K of Angel Dust and Hydro. And don't be mistaken, that's platforms on top of this cage, which makes this match even extra special. And a nice maneuver there by Teddy Hart. What do you call that?
Teddy Hart catching Trent Acid and a bulldog on the way down. Beautifully done, as here comes Cashmere right now. This match a result of all the high-flying scramble matches. ROH taking it to a whole new level with this one, and Jack Evans looking very impressive. I've heard great things about this kid. Trent Acid misses a Yakuza kick. Here's Jack Evans scooping off a slam.
What the hell was that? What the hell was that?
I don't know. Hey, I'll tell you one thing, that's the most incredible athletic stuff I've seen this side of the Amazing Red.
Who is this kid? Who is he?
And now Johnny Cashmere in a bad spot. And a blockbuster. Teddy Hart, Jack Evans looking awesome.
These guys are using the cage to their specialties right here.
Of course, Teddy Hart looked very impressive in his ROH debut at Glory by Honor 2 against TJ Wilson. And then Special K laughed at him after the match, saying he wasn't a high flyer, but Teddy sure proved him wrong later in the night.
And the backseats have Jack Evans up here. And Jack Evans goes for the ride. Nicely done, sorry.
I'm sorry, Ray, but it should be noted these two teams are going to go at it for 3 minutes, and then every other team's going to be in 2 minutes after that, as we have beautiful double teamwork by the Backseat Boys. And you know what? There cannot be a winner in this match until all 5 teams are in the scramble cage.
And the Backseat Boys in control right here on Jack Evans and Teddy Hart.
What are they doing?
I don't know what this is.
Oh, double backdrop driver!
What impact right there! And Hart and Evans are down. And Teddy Hart looks like he's checking. He's pointing to Jack Evans' neck. This young competitor, he could be seriously hurt already in this match.
Well, we knew the risk going into this one. We knew that there was a good possibility someone was going to leave this match injured, but I didn't think it would come so soon. And I'm very concerned right now about Jack Evans. I mean, this is probably the most dangerous match in ROH history.
And this is his debut. And they're leaving the cage. The backseat's wondering what's going on here.
Well, you can leave the cage. You're free to go in and out of the cage. The cage is simply there to increase the high-flying capabilities of the men in this match. But Jack Evans, he might be a non-factor for the rest of this match. I mean, he just dazzled the crowd with those moves, and now he might be out already.
And Teddy Hart trying to get in the cage, and he's just met by the Backseat Boys.
And we hold on, the next team coming in.
Who's coming out? Oh, no.
Logan DeVito, the Carnage Crew.
It's going to get violent real quick.
And they are taking it right now. Oh, no. Oh, DeVito just tossed the injured Jack Evans over the guardrail. And did you see how hard Hart went into the guardrail? He might have gotten a concussion from that.
They could be a non-factor in this match. And now it's the Backseat Boys and the Carnage Crew. No love lost here in the cage.
I think Luke just gave Teddy Hart a concussion, but right now it's Carnage Crew, Backseat Boys.
Oh, lovely, they just got dumped into the cage.
The Backseat Boys just tasting the steel mesh as they were Carnage Crew looking devastating. The Backseat Boys have to be tired. They've already got 3 minutes against Hart and Evans, and there's a Carnage Plex.
And the Carnage Crew just tearing through the Backseat Boys right here. And Shrek's just dumped into the cage as the violent aspect of this match is included now.
Well, Logan DeVito, you don't figure that they're going to take advantage of the high-flying portion of this match. They are definitely going to take advantage of the steel cage part of this match.
Yeah, I don't think they're going anywhere near those platforms, Lovey.
Brawling is what they're adept at, and they are going to prove it. They already have by sending the Backseat Boys into that cage, and right now Logan DeVito are just dominating this match.
I'm just looking at those platforms. Look how high they are. And Jack Evans, he could be out.
Did you see Teddy Hart's face there? I could see into his eyes. Definitely does not have a concussion.
There's definitely some concern right there, though, in the eyes of Teddy Hart. Jack Evans on the floor. Teddy Hart maybe should get into this match. I don't know. He's checking his partner, though. And DeVito just dumps Trent into Johnny. Did you see his boot kick Cashmere right in the face?
Very effective use of the Northern Light suplex by Tony DeVito. He's miserable. I mean, these guys, they work 40, 50-hour weeks for barely any pay. And right now, the Backseat Boys with a little of their razzle-dazzle double-team moves. And Luke and DeVito takes the steal.
And who's coming out next? I think this is the SAT, Chris. Yes, it is.
Music. Jose and Joel Maximo. And I got a feeling they're going to take advantage of those platforms.
Absolutely.
Two of the most innovative athletes here in ROH. And they are going after the Backseat Boys who have already taken quite a beating in this match. The Backseat Boys, of course, I wasn't even sure if they're going to show up or not after the way Cashmere walked out of the building in Baltimore after losing the tag straps and then no-showed the Sped Support show last week. But I got a feeling he wishes he didn't show up. Running total elimination by the SAT.
And the SAT looking impressive here. And DeVito's busted wide open. And they have Cashmere. Oh no, you know what this is.
It could be the washing machine. Yes, it is.
And what a devastating maneuver it is, but they turned him the other way, Chris.
There's not enough room to do it there.
Oh, jeez.
Cashmere washing machine into the steel mesh.
That's going to bust him open as well.
And the SAT look at home in the confines of the scramble cage.
And the SAT working over DeVito, who's busted open. He's going to be bleeding more as he just met that cage face first.
And I think Luke might have twisted his knee or something as he is limping. We knew there would be casualties in this match, and they are piling up fast and furious with Jack Evans and now Luke. And look at Luke. He is busted open.
Wow, that's disgusting.
Jose Maximo showing a vicious side. And don't forget, it was the Backseat Boys who turned on the SAT last time in this building at Death Before Dishonor.
There's just so much intrigue in this match. And DeVito, Cameron had seen he met the cage, but now they're fighting on the outside as well, Chris.
And did you see Cashmere is busted open too?
And the doctors with Jack Evans and Teddy Hart working over the watching Johnny Cashmere on the floor.
And here comes Special K, I believe the final team in the scramble cage.
Wait a second, what's Jack Evans doing? There's a door, he doesn't need to climb over the top.
And he is on top of the platform.
And wait, Teddy Hart's going up as well, Chris.
What do they have planned?
The hell is that? A Hurricane Rana off the platform. Hydro go for the cover, that's it. No, not enough.
Look at Special K trying to get the cheap win. The scramble cage match is on.
And the SAT are dumped to the floor, but what a maneuver off the platform. Special K, they want to end this quick. Hijinks into the cage, and this match is breaking down, Chris.
I can't keep track of it. I still can't believe what Teddy Hart and Jack Evans just did. Sacrificing themselves to do damage to the oppositions. And there goes Evans out to the floor hard.
And into the roll again.
DeVito busted open a crimson mask. Special K taking advantage of the fact that everyone in this match is beaten up so far. And what do we have going on here with Special K? Angel Dust whipped through the ropes into a tope on DeVito.
A tope through the cage door.
There's action in the ring. There's action outside the ring. And what's going on now? Bodies all over the place.
And Luke is a bloody mess in the ring.
Luke also trying to protect that knee. Oh, and Special K just going to work on Luke. And there's a blockbuster by Angel Dust. Cover! You know the Carnage crew want revenge on Special K, especially after last week in Sped Support. In fact, every team in this match wants revenge on Special K.
That's what I was going to say. These guys want to get it over real quick because they definitely have a bullseye on their head in this match. And they have Jack Evans 2-on-1. Nice powerbomb there. And Hydro has him up.
Oh! Double knee to the chest by Angel Dust. Beautiful teamwork by the Rich Kid Ravers. Oh, and they take Evans' head off. If he wasn't hurt before, he's definitely hurt now. Cover!
Not enough, but Jack Evans, what punishment this guy's taking in his ROH debut.
Luke just making the save. And there goes Joel whipping the rope, and he's fighting back.
Oh, what a vicious lariat there by Joel Maximo.
He takes Hydro's head off. And now they have Angel Dust in a bad spot. Oh, they drop him on his head.
What a crazy match this is, Chris.
Of course, the SAT Special K feud has been going on and on and on and on. And it
DQ in here. And Hijinks busted open on the floor.
Everybody's bleeding in this one, and Teddy Hart on the floor. And here comes Joel on the outside. They're just brawling all over the place, Chris.
He is taking it to Teddy Hart.
And Teddy Hart now in the ring. This is almost too much action to call here.
It is too much action to call. There's bodies biting everywhere, doing all sorts of crazy moves.
And this is a scramble cage match.
And what's Teddy Hart doing? Oh, nice move on Jose Maximo as Hijinks takes more abuse on the floor. And there's another DDT by Teddy Hart.
Nice DDT there by Teddy Hart. And Trent Acid climbing on the outside. And DeVito drops Teddy Hart with a key crusher.
Yes, it was cover.
Not enough, but Trent Acid in a dangerous, precarious position on the outside of the cage.
And it looks like Jose Maximo is going to meet Trent at the top of the cage. Cashmere working over DeVito. Hydro with Jack Evans. I can't even keep track of what's going on here. It is just pure mayhem as Jose Maximo tries to beat Trent Acid off the cage, and he does.
Trent Acid just fell off the top of the cage right there.
And look at this. Hydro is ascending to the platform. At least he's trying to.
Could this be the highest he's ever been? I don't know.
I think he was a little higher before the show. And you know they'll be higher at the Rave in New York City after this one, but they might not be much higher than they are right now as Hydro climbs to the top. And look, Joel Maximo meets him up there.
Oh no, this is going to be bad, Chris. What are these two doing on the top of the cage?
Hydro has him for a powerbomb.
No!
This could end the career of Joel. No, Joel blocked it into a explosion. That could end the career of Hydro.
Oh, thankfully Hydro blocked it. And oh no, both SAT guys have Hydro on top of the platform.
They have him hooked.
No, they're not.
The one and only Spanish Fly.
No! My God, Lovey, I can't believe the action we're seeing here in the cage. This is unprecedented.
Careers are going to end right here in New Jersey. As Special K now, I think that's Cloudy, Hijink, Elax. They're getting involved.
Hijinks, and there's the replay of the Spanish Fly from the heavens there. And Special K taking over the action on the floor here as it break it down.
I can't believe the abuse these men are taking. No DQ and Special K's taking advantage. There's that brain dead idiot lit out there. That slut Becky. Oh, I'm losing my breath just watching this one. I've never seen anything this spectacular before.
And Teddy Hart, what could possibly be going through his head right there in this match? And he looks like
he's looking at Trent in the ring, perhaps something there.
Oh no, he's going up, and Jack Evans on top. We saw what they did earlier.
Oh, there's no telling what's going to happen.
There's nobody in the ring now for them to... I can't believe though what just happened. I have never seen anything quite like that.
All these athletes putting it all on the line. And now Carnage Crew, they're finally going to get revenge on Special K if they hit this pile driver. This is their finish. That's by pile driver.
And that's it. He hit it. But a Mafia kick by Trent.
But a cover by DeVito. Oh, a save by Trent Acid.
Oh, Carnage Crew so close to victory in the scramble cage.
The Backseat Boys just kept the Carnage Crew from getting their revenge.
Gimmick on Hydro. And that's it. The Backseat Boys are victorious.
What a victory for the Backseat Boys. And what a historic match. It looks like Ring of Honor has a new innovative match in its stable. The Scramble Cage.
Uncle Larry's not like fellow Pro Wrestling 01 team member, Low-Key. But
It's four-corner survival time. We have perhaps the most superstar-laden four-corner survival ever. There you see Christopher Daniels, the leader of the Prophecy. Your ROH World Champion Samoa Joe offering a handshake to Daniels.
He's not going to go with that.
Instead, shaking the hand of CM Punk, the leader of the Second City Saints. And then you have the super obnoxious Steve Corino as the other man in this four-corner survival. Of course, it's one fall wins it, no elimination, no saying, hey, I'll let somebody get this fall because I'll just get the next one. One fall wins this one. And when you have these four individuals who have so many issues between each other, there is no telling what's going to happen. As look at this, Joe, Punk, and Corino trying to bait Daniels into a handshake. Everyone knows Daniels is going to break the code of honor and he won't shake hands. That's what the Prophecy is all about.
And after that scramble cage match, I needed a breather, and I got it. Boy, can that Bobby Cruz talk or what?
Oh, I didn't think that was ever going to end. And how obnoxious was that ring entrance by Corino, basically running down the ROH title by showing the history of the ROH title compared to the history of, what was it, some Southern title? I mean,
NWA Southern title.
I mean, that meant something in like 1983, but in 2003 it means absolutely nothing. I don't even think Corino's defended that belt more than one time.
And speaking of more than one time, I believe that Steve Corino and Christopher Daniels have only hooked it up one time in their history. And after what happened earlier this year, it looks like they're going to hook it up now, Chris.
You're right about that. These two, they've had a friendship for so long. That friendship, of course, has been damaged with the history in Ring of Honor, but they have never met in the ring before. Corino ended 2002 at Final Battle 2002 by telling Daniels, I'm going to start my group, and I'm going to my group's going to rise to dominance here over the Prophecy, because at the time the Prophecy had all the titles. In the end, the Prophecy won that war, but Corino actually was never part of that Prophecy group war, as he left Ring of Honor after the riots in New York City at the first anniversary show and wasn't seen until Bitter Friends, Stiffer Enemies when he had that brutal bloodbath match of the year candidate versus Homicide.
That's a great point there. How can a guy have a group and he doesn't even show up? His whole group got dismantled. He wasn't even there for it.
Yep, and then he returned against Homicide and lost his hearing in that absolutely brutal match. And I guess he tried to get some revenge earlier tonight with that despicable act against Homicide. Of course, Daniels isn't going to shake hands. But going for a real quick update on Homicide, I heard he is on his way to the hospital right now to get his ear checked out. As Corino, he lost his hearing in that Better Friends, Stiffer Enemies match on that slap from Homicide, and he tried to get his receipt tonight. Absolutely disgusting, especially after Homicide was in that absolutely brutal show-stealing match against B.J. Whitmer.
And I think Steve Corino was telling Daniels to throw the first punch here. This is what happened earlier in the year. These guys never hooked it up, but I think they're just gonna wrestle right here, Chris.
Oh, what was that? CM Punk bashing Daniels, and don't forget it was Steve Corino on 8/16 who stooged off to CM Punk that he believes that Daniels is behind the attack on Lucy. Of course, Lucy taken out in Dayton at Wrath of the Racket, and we've had an investigation going on to find out what happened, and it's turned up nothing.
3 months after the fact, we still don't know who did it.
And right now, Joe and CM Punk, this could be a big money match for the ROH World title down the line, and Punk went right after Daniels, but he gets met by Joe.
And Punk continually going after Daniels here, as we have Punk and Joe hooking it up. They did have a non-title match back in August.
What about Corino saying that Daniels and the Prophecy are behind the Lucy attack? He's got no proof. He's just trying to stir trouble.
And that's what Steve Corino does best, stir trouble.
As he is arguing with CM Punk, of course, they had that classic last week in Spencerport, but Daniels now taking it to Punk. Now, you saw Punk earlier with Colt Cabana, and he said, hey, this isn't about the Field of Honor to Colt Cabana about his match with Damoff earlier. It's about the Prophecy Second City Saints, and I got a feeling this is a war that's on the verge of erupting. It's just going to take one incident for it to really happen, and with all the shenanigans with what happened to Lucy, who knows when that's going to happen.
And Daniels holding up Punk, making him think about it right here in Elizabeth.
You know, one thing interesting about that whole Lucy situation is the fingers are pointing at the Prophecy, but Dan Moff has sworn on his father's grave, he did it last week in Spencerport, that the Prophecy had nothing to do with it. And if you saw Wrestle Rave, you know how serious of a statement that is, as Daniels drops Punk down, letting the blood rush to his head first.
Daniels just trying to make a statement here, going for a cover. No, not enough.
Well, I think eventually what you're going to have is an issue between the Second City Saints and Prophecy over who is the dominant faction here in ROH.
And here, what a match we're going to have up here with Samoa Joe and Chris Daniels after what happened back on September 20th. What a world title match that was, as Samoa Joe defeated Daniels. Daniels, I think he thinks that he deserves another shot at that ROH title.
Daniels so close, perhaps the most heated ROH World Title match ever. In fact, the timekeeper even rang the bell and thought it was over. Daniels feeling he should have the title, feeling he was ripped off in that match. And what an absolutely unbelievable world title match that was at Glory by Honor 2. I'd love to see a rematch, as now Joe giving Daniels a taste of his own medicine, holding him up there, letting the blood rush to his head, and dropping him with a suplex. What a world champion Samoa Joe is, so dominant. And what was he talking about with Capetta at intermission, that he's going after Cornette later tonight? That's going to be something to keep an eye on.
Well, I think he definitely has to lay in a receipt to Cornette after what happened at the beginning of the show tonight, having the Briscoes turn about on him. And what an issue between the Briscoes and Samoa Joe. There's just so many issues here in Ring of Honor. It's hard to even keep track of them.
It's hard to even call the action when there's so many issues going on that you have to discuss. As we have Daniels and Carino face to face again, and they are finally going to lock up here in Ring of Honor. There it is, one more time. Both men, neither getting an advantage, and now a headlock by Carino. He takes down Daniels. I can't believe we finally got to see these two lock it up here in ROH.
And what a heated headlock there by Carino as he's cinching it in. So much pride on the line in this one.
And what was with Carino, though, offering Daniels luck in his world title match against Samoa Joe at Glory by Honor 2. You saw it on the home release. And then Carino basically stabbing Daniels in the back, saying he was behind the Lucy thing to Punk. Daniels returned by calling Carino a snake. Carino took offense to that. So things are really sizzling between these two.
And it all involves a lot of it with Steve Carino right in the middle of it, stirring up the mind games.
Steve Carino always causing trouble. And then he runs away like he did against Homicide after the riot, like he did after he started the group prophecy war. And now he's trying to shake hands with Daniels. This is just ridiculous.
Steve Carino trying to add insult to injury here in this four-corner survival match here.
You know what? I am personally insulted by that ring entrance by Steve Carino. I mean, who is he to try to say the Southern title is better than the ROH title, given that history? I mean, those names were from the 70s. I mean, it was great hearing those names, but come on. That was 20 years ago.
That was another century when you think about it. And Daniels and Carino.
Another shoulder block, another standoff.
You ain't shit.
We have a stalemate here in the Rexplex.
And Carino having some words for Daniels. Daniels now, who's going to get the first advantage between these two? Daniels knocks Carino down.
And you know that's got to piss off Steve Carino. As we see right there, the hot-headed Steve Carino, the king of old school, pretty pissed off on the floor.
He is frustrated. What about that match last week between Carino
and Punk again?
That's like Punk's third cheap shot on Daniels.
And Steve Carino making friends with the fans as usual.
CM Punk definitely has it out for Daniels. And are Punk and Carino kind of working together here?
It almost seems like they're in cahoots here.
I mean, after what we saw last week in Spencerport at Empire State Showdown, I mean, what a great match between those two. And then that game of one-upmanship between them. And then they tried to one-up each other on that ring entrance, but then it seemed like they were friends. Then it seemed like they were enemies. I mean, it's just something you have to see for yourself at Empire State Showdown.
Steve Carino is just a man that cannot be trusted. And Carino goes with a miss, firing up on the king of old school in the corner.
He's taking it to the 0-1 star, whipping him in. Clothesline on Carino in the corner. Daniels looks a little tired. He might want to think about tagging out. But who do you tag out to if you're Chris Daniels? You have that long-running feud with Samoa Joe that's seen one attack after another. And CM Punk is obviously out to get you. As beautiful leg drop there by Daniels. And Carino tries to roll out, but Daniels pulls him in. And there's Punk making the save for Carino. Once again, Punk and Carino, I guess you could say, kind of working together in this one.
It seems that way right here.
And look at Carino offering the hand again. You all know Daniels isn't going to shake hands. And he hits Carino with the boot.
Carino just buying time right there as he just dumped Daniels out to the floor.
We have action on the outside now as it's breaking down between these two. Steve Carino now looking, firing with a big chop on Daniels.
A vicious strike right to the fallen angel there on the floor. What's Carino going for here now?
A reversal.
A couple reversals.
Daniels jumps into the ring. Maybe he's going for a dive. No, a baseball slide, but Carino blocks it. And Carino takes that steal.
And the king of old school is down on the floor right here.
Daniels definitely getting the advantage over Steve Carino. What's he going for now? Beautiful Arabian press to the floor.
Nicely executed there by Daniels. And now Punk and Joe are in the ring. And a big toe play by Punk as he just took out Daniels and Carino.
And the ROH World Champion alone in the ring, the dominant champion, as he hits the ropes. Samoa Joe takes out the whole pile of bodies. Samoa Joe and Daniels, they have that war. CM Punk, a definite contender for the world title, so Samoa Joe wants to eliminate him here. And what about Steve Carino? I mean, he's supposed to be Samoa Joe's friends, and he was making overtones at the title. And the fans want the ole ole kick.
And Joe, he's setting off everybody. Samoa Joe is a one-man gang on the floor, literally.
Samoa Joe could very possibly eliminate the challenger to the world title right here tonight as he kicks Daniels.
And here we go, Chris.
He takes Daniels' face off.
Looks like we're going to have multiple ole kicks here in the Rexplex. And Carino at a disadvantage.
And CM Punk, oh! CM Punk trying to Hurricanrana. Joe blocks it and dumps him on the guardrail.
And Samoa Joe is taking care of business.
Ole kicks all the way around.
And CM Punk, he might be dead on the floor after that collision. What was he thinking, Chris?
The crowd going nuts for Samoa Joe, the honorable ROH World Champion, a man who made that title a world belt. Last time here in the Rexplex, he defeated Paul London, choked him out in the middle of the ring. Joe now taking Chris Daniels. Chop. And a kick.
And the champion's going to follow through with a big knee drop right there.
And a cover. And you know what's interesting when you look at Samoa Joe and Chris Daniels going at it? These two hate each other. I mean, Wrath of the Racket, Samoa Joe saved Jim Cornette from the attack from Chris Daniels. Then Daniels laid him out at Bitter Friends, Different Enemies. There's been other attacks, and now these two are going at it, especially after that world title match at Glory by Honor 2. But not only that, both these men hate Jim Cornette and are going after him. And Samoa Joe says he's got something planned for later tonight. I'm kind of fearing what that's going to be.
And Daniels firing away with forearms, but it's met by the ROH champion. He just tossed him, excuse me.
Over the head, belly-to-belly suplex. Daniels is in a lot of trouble. He desperately needs a tag. But, I mean, again, if you're Chris Daniels now, who do you reach for? Look at Carino.
Right behind his back.
Carino disrespecting the champion again. And what was with what Carino said to Joe at Glory by Honor 2? He definitely made overtones that he was going to go after that title. And, wow, nice butterfly suplex there by Carino. But Carino's the one who he was the first, he made Samoa Joe the first member of the group besides Simply Luscious. I mean, they're supposed to be friends, and now Carino's jealous that his friend has a title or something? I don't understand what goes through Steve Carino's head.
Can you imagine Steve Carino as the ROH champion?
It'll never happen. The thought just makes me sick to my stomach. And look at Carino taking advantage of Chris Daniels on the ropes.
And Carino following up right here. Daniels with the sunset flip, rolls through, count it 2. Not enough, and Carino gets a punch right to the face.
He just leveled Christopher Daniels, the leader of the Prophecy.
He tags in Punk.
And you know, Allison Danger, you notice she has not recovered from that STO she took from Samoa Joe earlier in the show. Not at ringside tonight, and I'm missing that because I like to look at her.
I don't blame you there. And Punk following up with a choke and now knees to Chris Daniels.
And we have the Second City Saints versus the Prophecy in the ring right now. After what we saw at Do or Die, after the speculation about who took out Lucy, this is one intense issue. A big suplex by Punk and he slaps on a chin lock.
Why is Steve Carino, what's his problem with the fans here? Why is he yelling at him? It's ridiculous. Now Punk wearing down Daniels. Daniels taking a lot of punishment, probably the most in this match so far.
Daniels desperate for the tag, but can he tag Steve Corino? Can he trust Steve Corino? I mean, he even called Corino a snake, and Corino took offense to that. I mean, Corino stooged him off as a man who took out Lucy to CM Punk, but can he tag out to Samoa Joe? He hates the ROH World Champion, and he's going to have to make a choice right now because he desperately needs it, and he's got an opportunity to make the tag at this moment.
But he went to the wrong corner, but luckily he raised his boot and follows through with a nice neck breaker. Time to go for a tag.
Joe wants in. Joe wants to eliminate a future challenger for the title. And here's Corino. He's in, and here's Samoa Joe. We have Joe and Corino. And Punk comes in. Joe fighting off both Corino and Punk like they were a tag team. A reversal.
And Joe grabs him and plants him down. Steve Corino in a lot of trouble now. And what's this?
Oh, he takes out Daniels. Oh, a boot for Corino. Didn't quite catch him the whole way, but he caught CM Punk with that one.
Wow, that was like a three-way face wash right there. And now laying the big boot right to the face of Corino.
Samoa Joe is just cleaning house on all sides.
He's eliminating all his challengers at once here, Chris. And now he has Corino with those Kawada kicks. And he's got him in a nice German suplex.
With a bridge. Corino kicks out.
Still not enough.
And none of these men can afford to lose to the RH World Champion because they want future title shots, and that's definitely going to hurt them in the top 5 rankings. As you know, right now, all these men want to get a high spot in that top 5 rankings because it's prestigious just to be mentioned among the top 5 athletes in ROH, and that gets you right into the world title picture.
And the top 5 will change later tonight as we have AJ and Danielson going for the #1 Contenders Trophy. But we'll get to that later as Joe and Corino are fighting back and forth here.
They exchange slaps. These two don't like each other. It's breaking down between Corino and Joe. Corino with those forearms. Joe fighting back. What a bruising match. Big chop levels Corino.
The ROH champion taking down the king of old school right here. What will he follow up with next?
I'm still surprised that Corino made overtones of going to that title and then had the nerve to disrespect it. And there's more double teamwork from Corino and Punk.
What is this all about? And a nice neck breaker there by Corino, but definitely Punk and Corino are working like a tag team here in this match.
I mean, that was such a unique situation last week at Empire State Showdown. I mean, I've never seen anything like that with them trying to one-up each other in that great match, and the way that it ended, I can't tell whether we're going to see them as a tag team or another match between these two. And Joe goes right through the double clothesline and takes both men off their feet with big clotheslines. Joe might want to consider making a tag, and Daniels tags himself in. Who would have ever thought you'd see Daniels tag Samoa Joe? And they are fighting against the effort of CM Punk and Steve Corino right now.
And Daniels cleaning house here on Punk and Corino. But up, now they're working as a team, but wait a second!
A miscommunication, and they're shoving each other. Both men going at it. And Daniels connects with a moonsault press on both men.
But no, not enough. And Daniels, again, taking on 2 guys.
And a double clothesline by Punk and Corino. They clothesline each other, and they're not working so great as a team if that's what they're doing.
This association seems to be dissolving here right in the ring, and a Blue Thunder driver by Daniels. But still not enough. Punk kicks out.
And I mean, even those ring entrances at Empire State Showdown, that was something else too.
And Daniels, double jump moonsault.
Oh, right on the knee of Punk. Punk's in a lot of pain. There's a cover.
But no, Joe breaks it up.
That's the thing about these 4-corner survivals. You have to make sure no one is around to make the save. It's so hard to get that pin because the first fall wins it. Big power slam by Joe. Corino making the save. Once again, you have to make sure no one is around when you go for that fall.
This shows us how important a victory in this match will be for all 4 guys. And Corino has Joe. He's going for the DDT and he drops Joe down.
Hashimoto style. I feel like we're in Japan.
Ogawa STO, and he plants Joe now.
Oh, but it didn't have any effect on the big ROH World Champion. And Corino is pretty much making an ass out of himself right now.
Carino doesn't know what's in for him.
And it's Samoa Joe with a kick to the gut, scoops him up, plants him with a power bomb. And Punk goes after Daniels.
Almost with a modified Shining Wizard. And Joe has Carino in an SDF, excuse me. But Punk breaks it up with the baseball slide.
And Punk once again coming to the aid of Steve Carino. CM Punk now limping. You know he wants that ROH World title. He wants to be known as a top man here in Ring of Honor. He wants the Second City Saints to be known as the best faction. And he wants to know who took out Lucy. And he wants out of that SDF because that is causing pain all over his body.
Somebody needs to break this up real quick or Punk's going to tap.
Punk hanging on with a dear life. And there's Steve Carino helping out CM Punk.
His buddy, I guess.
Enziguri by Daniels on Carino. What a pleasure seeing Chris Daniels and Steve Carino finally hook it up here in ROH.
And a nice slam there by Daniels.
I'll agree with Chris Daniels on that one. It is the best moonsault ever. And Chuck LeGrand rolls Carino out of the way and takes it himself. Dean LeGrand sacrificing his own body. And that's not interference.
Wait, he just lariat Punk. What's that about? I thought they were working together.
And now Daniels slams down Joe. Everybody's down, including Chuck LeGrand, who, by the way, did not interfere. He simply pushed Carino out of the way. I mean, I guess that's a form of interference, but you really have to attack someone to cause a DQ or break the code of honor.
But Carino, he threw a lariat on Punk there. That just proves you can't trust the guy.
Who's getting up first? It looks like Punk and Joe. Joe going to the outside. Punk now hooking Daniels. What could he be going for? Daniels backdrops Punk over. The Prophecy versus Second City Saints. And there's Carino going to the top. Daniels sends Punk to the outside. It is really breaking down here in Elizabeth, New Jersey, right outside of New York City.
Oh, wait a second.
A muscle buster. That's what finished off Homicide. No, Daniels breaks it up.
And now Daniels and Carino working together now.
The muscle buster might have been the only move that could defeat Homicide at do or die, but Carino is saved from it. And look at Carino and Daniels working together to take Joe down.
With a big superplex right there, and the ROH champion is down. And Punk's going for a cover. He should have covered Joe. Joe was the one who took the move.
You know, and there's a cover.
No, not enough.
You know, don't forget that Punk and Carino slapped Punk at Glory by Honor too. What was that all about? And there's no telling what's going on between these two. As right now, they got Daniels and Punk. Oh, Daniels with an STO on CM Punk.
Beautifully executed there by the Fallen Angel.
And now Daniels and Carino collide. They're going fist on fist with each other, back and forth. A boot to the gut.
Carino's got him.
Northern Lights bomb.
That could be it, Chris. But no, Joe breaks it up.
Oh, but now Daniels is on top. The ref, Gary Moore, didn't see it.
And Punk just saved Carino again.
I mean, the slap between Carino and Punk at Glory by Honor 2. The unique situation and great match we saw at Empire State Showdown. And now, hold on. There's Joe and a Punk. And Daniels, he gets a big slap to the back by Samoa Joe. And a super kick by Carino. The Orange Champion's in trouble.
And wait a second. Angels wings on Joe.
Daniels can finally get the elusive pin on Joe, but Joe rolls out. Joe rolls out. He might be a non-factor in this one, though. And Carino with the cover on Daniels.
Oh, so close. He almost had it.
What an ego boost it would be for Carino to pin Daniels. Daniels now up and over, goes for a roll-up. Daniels wants a pin on Carino. No, there's Punk. Daniels has Punk to glass rights. No, now Carino. They turn him over to Northern Lights. Double Northern Lights, double pin.
Wait a second.
Who won?
They both pinned them.
They both hit the Northern Lights on Daniels, and they both had the cover. What a confusing situation. Can we get an announcement on the winner?
The referees are conferring in the ring. We need an announcement from DeAngelis, an official announcement.
We need a decision here.
Punk and Carino both think they won, but...
I mean, they both did win. They both had Daniel's shoulders down.
And LeGrand in there, throwing in his 2 cents.
And then we have a decision. 2 winners.
Did I hear that right?
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee has ruled that both men scored the pinfall. Therefore, CM Punk and Steve Corino.
Wow, I mean, there's no telling what's going to happen between these 4 individuals in the future.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're down to the final match in the Field of Honor, Block A. It's Matt Stryker, 2-0, versus Xavier, 2-0. Who will win all of Block A in the Field of Honor?
You know what, Xavier? My personal feelings for you, they don't matter right now. This is the Field of Honor. This is the finals of Block A. And nothing is gonna stop me.
Nothing but the all-around best. Who do you think you are? You know who I am? I was a champion here. I was the man. And if you think you can beat me, you're dead wrong. So when it's all said and done, I'm gonna say, oh well, sucks to be you.
You see, unlike him, this has become personal. And Xavier, even the sun shines on a dog's ass every now and then, and it just so happens that it shined on yours 3 times. You give me one more match, one more time in that ring with you, and I guarantee you, you will not come out on top. Guaranteed.
Yeah. Again? Anytime, any place.
Hey everybody, Rob Feinstein on behalf of Ring of Honor. Sorry to interrupt the action here tonight in Elizabeth, New Jersey, but I have huge news regarding Ring of Honor's very first double shot weekend that will be taking place on 11/28 in Fairfield, Connecticut and 11/29 in Framingham, Massachusetts, Thanksgiving Day weekend. We'll all kick off on Friday where you will have a match that Raven is requesting. He wants one final match with CM Punk, and that match will be a lottery from hell match. I don't know what it's going to be, what kind of stipulation. We're going to have to wait and see. That next night, 11/29, Framingham, Massachusetts. You saw what happened earlier tonight with Steve Corino and Homicide. You saw what happened at the New York show with the Riot. Bitter friends, different enemies. Everybody's talking about the Bloodbath Match of the Year candidate. Well, Ring of Honor, we have to do something we never thought we would do with these two. We're going to put them in a ring surrounded by barbed wire. That's right, it will be a no-rope barbed wire match in Framingham, Massachusetts on 11/29.
What a unique atmosphere we have in this building right now. AJ Styles in the white, American Dragon Bryan Danielson Danielson in the blue. The #1 Contenders Trophy on the line. The winner of this match will go on to November 29th, where they will face Samoa Joe for the ROH World title. And what makes this even more unique is AJ Styles has been selected as Samoa Joe's partner for November the 28th in Fairfield, Connecticut, to go after the Briscoes for the ROH World Tag Team titles.
And what a double shot weekend that's going to be, as AJ Styles and Bryan Danielson with the stalemate there on the lockup. What a great match this is.
I can't believe the atmosphere. AJ Styles, one of the best in the world. Of course, he deserves a shot at the #1 Contenders Trophy. No doubt about that. No one will argue that point, especially after that victory over CM Punk in Glen Burnie, Maryland on October 16th. What a great match that was. Bryan Danielson, we have not seen him in ROH since the epic encounter last April. So you might be asking yourself, why is he in this match? Well, he's one of the best in the world. He had perhaps ROH's match of the year against Paul London earlier this year. He defeated Samoa Joe at the first anniversary show. So what?
It's like we're actually honoring everything he has done for this company.
He built this company, the three-way, on the very first show where Honor Begins. He defeated Loki at Round Robin Challenge 2. He helped make this company what it is today, so of course he deserves a shot at that trophy. The winner of this match, November 29th, they will get a world title shot against Samoa Joe. As there you see them struggling. Hey,
back and forth they go.
You know what?
What's that?
Why don't we try something a little different? I mean, there's such a great atmosphere in this building. Why don't we go, Ray, and watch the show from the crowd and just let the action speak for itself, as both men spill to the floor right now.
Are we going to get paid for doing this job?
We'll still get paid. Both men struggling on the floor. Real quick, I got to plug it. ROHWrestling.com, ROHvideo.com, 215-891-9404 for all your tape needs, over 5,000 tapes. ROHWrestling.com for all the latest news. What a struggle on the floor.
What an intense struggle on the floor this is. You're right. I want to go watch this.
Let's go see if we can find a seat in the bleachers.
Do you see any seats?
No, but we'll find one. Let's let the action speak for itself. For Ray Morrow, I'm Chris Lovey signing off. What a great match we have. November 29th, the winner will get a title shot. We'll see at ROH's first double shot weekend.
You're buying the popcorn.
off the hair and get him in. Come on, brother!
No! Watch the face, Trey! Come on! Watch the face!
Dragon.
Good Times, Great Memories. I'm your host, Cole Cabana. We're here in Chicago, Illinois. Obviously, I've flown over to the studios after the show here in New Jersey, or over there in New Jersey, actually. I don't know what I'm thinking. But I'll tell you what, this show is going on. It's happening. It's the talk of the town. The matzo ball soup is flowing like water. The people are loving it, and I'm loving it because tonight I've got 3 wonderful guests. I've got my partner, CM Punk's going to be on a little bit later. We're going to sneak him in here. We're going to talk to him about his beliefs, his lifestyle. But first, we got a little contradictive lifestyle that people are living in, and that's the Carnage Crew. I'm going to bring in Mr. DeVito and Mr. Loke. Come on in. Welcome, my guests.
Cole.
Welcome to my show. I see that you brought something to drink.
We brought our beer like always.
Okay.
Please, listen. No misters, bro.
No mister.
First class white trash. That's what we're all about.
Is that how we do it?
That's how we do it.
I have my
That's how we
protein
live
shake. Really?
Brap.
Brap like that. Exactly.
I love it.
Yeah, we stole that from one of our buddies.
Really?
Yeah, we like.
You've met him.
Does he have copyright on that? Any
I don't
patents
think so.
going
That's
on?
why we can take it like that.
You guys are
You want
smart.
you want some beer?
I didn't take you for that smart. No, thank you, because I
What do you
know.
mean you take us for
Well,
that
listen, man. I know
We're
you
not
guys
smart,
are great bruisers and brawlers, but you kind of, you're
that's
not
true, we
afraid
are.
to admit that you're, not the sharpest knife in the picnic
Well,
basket.
the thing is that when I went to college, I drank a lot of beer.
You went to college?
Well, for a month or so.
Junior college.
It's what it is.
Over
all
in
right?
Nebraska.
Well,
We all know that those don't count as
Where the hell
colleges.
is Nebraska?
I don't know.
I've barely been in New York City, my friend.
Sure, man. So talk to me. What's new in the lives of the Carnage Crew?
Well, basically,
Big match tonight.
You guys did have a big match.
We had a
tonight.
big match
Your
tonight. We had
feelings on the Backseat Boys.
Let me tell you something about the Backseat Boys.
Did they take your thunder?
Number one, I think they stole a victory from us. We made us bleed, which, you know what? We like to bleed.
We bled before.
And we like to make people bleed.
It's no big deal to us. We
But-
don't mind bleeding.
But backseats, we're coming after you too, because we don't like that you stole our heat. We don't like that you stole our match. That was our match to win.
You know we hit that finish, right? Big pile driver off the second. The
Ain't
most
nobody getting
devastating
up.
finish.
Most
in
devastating
all of
finish
pro
in wrestling, I would think.
Listen,
what would you think?
It's a.
I've seen the Colt 45.
You have seen it.
Great move.
Thank you.
But
I'm
you
a
can't,
bagger.
you know, you
Good hunk of
got
move.
the spike pile driver with the second rope.
It is. It is.
How
a
can
good
they get
move.
up?
Did you guys invent that?
Yeah.
I can only.
The pile driver? Of course.
You can only
That
think,
was our
right?
pile driver.
Now listen. All right, you guys didn't come up the victors to the Backseat Boys. I had them on the show a couple weeks ago. Great guests, great guys. What's
Great.
up, guys? Hey, listen, but you guys, you're gonna have to step in the ring with Special K. Are you scared? I mean, I know they
Scared
take
of
it-
Special K?
Listen, I know you're not scared, man. All right, you're like one tough good dude, and I don't want to step with you or nothing.
That's cool.
All right, I know how they do in the hood, but listen, those guys take part in some extracurricular activities that I wouldn't take part in. I know my friend CM Punk wouldn't take
What, are you
part
trying
in.
to say they do like drugs?
I'm saying, are you afraid to step in the ring after they've maybe been partying a little?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not
The Carnage
kidding.
Crew's been thugging and drugging for the better part of a decade, for Christ's sakes.
Thugging and drugging, baby. Thugging and drugging.
So that's a negative, huh?
Never.
That's a negative.
Never. That's a
Tremendous.
plus.
Tremendous. Okay,
Yeah,
boys.
that is a plus.
Boys,
We
Plus,
beat 'em
you know
up,
what?
we steal their
Plus, we're drunk anyways. What's the difference?
What do we care?
did you guys run that past my producer?
What, that we're drunk?
Doug.
He said it was all right.
Doug, are they allowed to be drunk?
I think Doug has a beer himself.
Doug wouldn't have booked us if we weren't allowed to be drunk.
Unbelievable. So now let's talk about your extracurricular activities.
Besides beer?
Besides beer, besides wrestling,
I think I know what he's talking about.
You talking about our favorite hangout?
The nudie
favorite
bar?
place?
The nudie bar!
The nudie bar.
We love the nudie bar. Don't we love that?
Listen,
That's what
guys.
we
Hey, I don't want to buy, stuff for the house and the wife, the kids.
No.
But I'll spend all my dollars. at the
Now,
nudie bar.
Rob Feinstein checked in cash tonight.
And
That's
that's-
going down up here to Lookers.
And that's why
Where is that? Is that close?
I have brought a poem for you
Is it
guys.
dirty? Is it dirty?
It's pretty slow.
I didn't write it. Well, unknown, artist unknown.
You got a poem for Carnage
I got a poem for the Carnage Crew. I brought it for you guys. I knew you were on the
That's
show,
nice.
You're a hell
and I
of a
thought
guy.
I'd read it to
You want some beer for that?
No, thank you.
You
I
sure know how to
appreciate
take
it.
care of a guest.
Do you have
Let's
any
hear it.
Tang? Love Tang.
Tang, bro.
Tang. All right, I'm going to read it for you
I
guys.
didn't even drink Tang when I was a kid. My mother put beer in my bottle.
Me. At the nudie bar,
Very nice.
where you can look at a thigh and blacken an eye. At the nudie bar, where they show their butt and their traps stay shut. At the nudie
Dude, I'd love
bar,
to see the butt with the mouth
Good
shut.
thing.
where you
man.
can't touch a breast, but you can cave in a chest. At the nudie bar, where the girlies
Like,
dance in their underpants. At the nudie
That's
bar,
my favorite part right there.
where
I
the
love
music
that,
stinks and they water the drinks. at the nudie bar.
What did I say? You paid
I wanna
$3.50 for
get
a beer.
drunk,
Nothing.
bro.
At the nudie bar, where the beer gives you gas, but the Carnage crew kicks ass.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
At
Right
the
here,
nudie
kid.
bar.
Hell yeah!
That's been the show. No, thank you. I'm all right, doing okay. It was great to have you. I'm sorry, Punk. We'll get you next time. Thanks for coming to Chicago. I'll fly you back to New York next time. Thanks for being a guest. What's that, sir?
You and Punk come out with a beer for us?
Whoa, we're gonna stay away from that. If you got a Yoo-Hoo, I'd love to have one.
Yoo-Hoo?
Listen, it was great having you. We'll see you next time. Thanks,
Yoo-Hoo?
boys. Yeah, Yoo-Hoo.
We don't
Whoa.
drink you, we drink
Jeez,
beer,
all right.
man.
Listen, man, you can spike it down
wrote
if
us
you
a
want.
nice poem.
But
It was
I like
all
I
right.
do like the poem.
You wrote us a nice
All
poem.
right.
Coca Band,
Thanks
thanks
for
for the
being on
poem.
the show.
having us.
Thank
Hey,
you.
can we take this?
Still fresh in my mind, Homicide. Only a few days passed since I ran through the curtain and attacked you with a chain. That's right, I'll tell everybody it was a chain wrapped around my fist, and I hit you directly in the left ear, Homicide, the same way that you did to me on August 16th when you took out my hearing. I still can't hear, Homicide. Still can't hear, but I got a little bit of revenge. Ho ho ho! And on the double shot weekend, first, November 28th, Josh Daniels, great kid, you know, big star in the making, but you know what? It's a warm-up match for me, an exhibition. You got the future stars against the present stars. Big deal to me. It's just an exhibition. I'll pin him in about 5 minutes, get a little cardio going. But the next night, no ropes, barbed wire, Homicide, I will not only defeat you, I will cripple you, Homicide. You see, when my son stands to the left of me and starts talking, and I look at him, I can't hear him. That hurts me, Homicide. When people laugh at me and go, "What are you, deaf?" And I have to go, "Yeah, I am." That hurts me inside, Homicide. Well, what's going to happen? No ropes, barbed wire. There's nowhere we can go but in that confined barbed wire. You see, I'm not a violent man, Homicide. I never liked hardcore wrestling. But when I'm backed against the wall, I'll come out fighting. You backed me against this wall, Homicide. I never wanted this feud. I never even wanted to team against you, with you, against the Backseat Boys. Another big ROH booking idea that I had nothing to do with. But you screwed up, you lost, and now you want to blame it on me. Now it's even a year past. Let it go, Homicide. Let it go. Because we all know that I'm going to defeat you on November 29th. But I know I'm going to cripple you. Because there's only one more match on my ROH contract, and then I'm gone. Win, lose, or draw. And you know I'll win. I'm gone, pal. Because what is there left for me to prove? Oh, what, am I supposed to challenge Samoa Joe for the ROH World title? God knows that the ROH office will never book that match because they know that I have chose number. They know that Steve Corino would be walking around with that gorgeous ROH World title, and it scares them. And you know what? I don't want the ROH World title because I have tons of prestigious titles that I have to defend all over the world. I just don't have time for the ROH title. My championship belt that I wear in ROH is the belt that makes these fans go nuts. It's the belt of being the greatest superstar that's ever walked into Ring of Honor. And Homicide, once again, you're gonna feel that. Because not only am I the king of old school, not only am I the extreme horseman, I'm the god of pro wrestling. And one last thing, CM Punk, after what we've seen at Empire State Showdown, and after what we've seen in Elizabeth, New Jersey, you gotta admit something, young man. You're a lot more like me than you want to admit. The future is bright for you, CM Punk, if you go down the right path.
Hey everybody, it's Gary Michael Capetta. We've got an extra special scoop. It's Elizabeth, it's after the show, and I think Cornette and the new champs are in here. Let's see if, I think we hear this.
What's the matter, huh?
Hey.
Gary Capetta, are you still living?
Hey, look, we've got an extra special scoop here. Everybody, the new tag team champions, Jim Cornette, can we have a little interview with you?
Oh, please.
A little anything with me is all you need, Gary, because it don't take a lot of your gravy to go all over my plate. You know what I'm saying? Look at this right here. The World Tag Team Champions, the Briscoes, they're still in their early 20s. They are mad, bad, and dangerous to know. They are without doubt the most fascinating, the most obviously scintillating tag team that I have ever had the opportunity since the Midnight Express to come across. And with my guidance and my perseverance, I'm going to take them straight to the top because they've got the hunger. They got the hunger down deep in their gut, Gary. They want to succeed. They want to be champions. They are champions. They're going to remain champions. You guys remember how to make the check out, right? Okay. All you got to do is take care of that, and I feel you. I'm going to take care of you. And I promise you, nothing but big, bright lights. You guys go take off. Go party, go have fun, because believe me, it's all going to be taken care of.
Now, Corny.
Oh, I've got them. Well, let me tell you some more about the Briscoes. These kids, they do everything I tell them.
Yeah.
And after all, I'm a savant in this industry. I'm a genius. I'm a legend. I'm an icon. All they have to do is follow my tutelage. Gary, have you got a twitch?
Well, Corny, I have a
you got to
question
lay
for you.
off the caffeine.
Now, look, you and I go way back.
Way back.
We've been through a lot.
Well, don't get personal now.
Well, no. But look, you've got a little bit of an issue here with Ring of Honor. You've got
What?
prophecy after you. Samoa Joe has made some.
Oh,
come on.
yeah. Look, number one, the prophecy. If they were so good at foretelling the future, they should have realized that they were going to be losers. And as far as Samoa Joe goes, let me tell you something. The thing about the Samoans, you give them a raw fish and a coconut, they're happy people. Samoa Joe was a means to an end. He was a big, mean, bad motor scooter that kicked the butts of some guys that I didn't like, but why do I want a guy that's already a champion when I can make champions? I can create champions. I'm not billionaire Ted. I don't have to buy stars. I can make stars.
I'm trying to find...
Hell with Samoa Joe. He's an idiot. He's a moron. He's a goof. And if he was here right now, I'd tell him that to his face. But the bottom line is, Samoa Joe is not smart enough to compete with James E. Cornette.
Look,
Gary,
Corny,
don't look.
I've
don't
been
look.
around a long time. And
Yes, you have, and you're not preserved very well.
You are in trouble.
No, I'm not.
Are you kidding? The
Look,
prophecy?
don't-
Samoa Joe? You don't know what you're dealing
Don't
with.
be blowing your whiskey-smelling breath and shaking your nicotine-stained fingers in my face, Gary. Get out of my
I'm trying to help you,
Get
Corny.
out of my
Please listen
minute
to me,
locker
Corny.
room that Ring of Honor gave me, and that's something else I'm going to bring
Corny,
up with them.
I'm just trying to
The
be
hell's the
buddy
matter
here.
with you?
Oh,
For God's sake.
Holy
Holy
cow, I don't
cow.
know what's wrong with it. Hey, Joe, intermission time.
You know what? Why don't you stand over here? I'll be right back. Holy cow.
These morons. Hey, Corny. Hey, Joe! Yeah, I wanted to see you. I've been talking about you because I wanted to tell you
Really? That's
exactly
really
how
necessary.
sorry. And I really...
Fellas, I wouldn't